Mecum.com.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. It is National Men's Health Awareness Month. That's a big deal because guys like to do the tough thing. They don't want to go to the doctor. They don't need that. But let me tell you something. Heart disease kills 1 in 3 people. Heart disease also doesn't understand your tough guy thing. But when you get over to Life Imaging FLA, you can see those issues early, and that's important because when detected early, heart disease and its risk factors are highly treatable. So don't play games. Get with Life Imaging FLA. Get this free heart scan, $699 value, just a few minimum requirements. Here's how you make your appointment that could change your life. It's simple. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They will connect you in seconds. Guys, make that appointment and finally take control of your long-term health care. And guys, while you're there, please ask about their cancer screening. No question, early detection does save lives. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. Last aid year, University of Maryland Global Campus awarded over $21 million in scholarships to qualified students, including community college students, service members, veterans, and working adults. Now is the time to move your career forward with an online and accredited skills-based education. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com.
If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-690-8974. 800-690-8974.
Orlando Harley-Davidson Bike Nights are back, featuring food trucks, a full bar, and a massive selection of Harley-Davidson inventory. This Friday, June 27th, 6 p.m. at the Orlando Harley-Davidson Historic Factory. Must be 21 over to drink. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for details.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover's accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Guys, listen, the official drink of the summer is here. It's Eye Candy Energy Drink, and Eye Candy Energy Drink was developed right here in Central Florida. 3 delicious flavors. They got the original, they got sugar-free, and sugar-free cotton candy. That's my favorite. Matter of fact, I was drinking that over the weekend. I had the sugar-free cotton candy with some vodka. That was the drink of the summer for me this weekend. It's great on its own, or you can mix it with some alcohol, whatever you want to do. You can get it online. Go to eyecandyenergydrink.com. It's Eye Candy Energy Drink.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, PAY, P-A-Y, PAY. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, June 27th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from what the hell happened to Bombshell. Supreme Court decisions drop today, and closing arguments run wild as we wait for a Diddy verdict. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. And this never, ever, ever happens, friends.
What happened?
It's crazy. It's Friday, and here we are, and it's a last-minute message. It actually is.
It looks so last minute.
It is. It's from that. It's from that runner with the flopping dong. Let's see what he said.
Have a great Friday, you mother.
We did it, everybody!
Oh boy!
What was that? Christ! I'm back for 5 seconds. We made it through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back.
This guy just says the same thing no matter what.
I mean, I only made it through. Well, I technically barely made it through one of those, but
Feeling better, I hope.
Here's a shot at number 2. That was the worst illness or cold I think that I have had in probably 10 years.
Damn.
I've not had anything like that. Yeah, it was really like, it was one of those things that just completely knocks you out and like wipes away your voice. And then I was going to come back yesterday. I was like, I think, I'll be there. I'll be in a position where I can do the show and get through it tomorrow and just kind of take it easy. And then right when I woke up, I had just started coughing like crazy. And then I was like, I'm not going to be able to get through it today. So that took me out for, a solid 3 days.
I'll tell you, with the amount of people that have been getting sick around us, every little thing right now is making me like alarm bells.
Question things?
I have a little bit of a sore throat right now, but it's probably because I slept all night with my mouth open and like snored, and it's just itchy. But I'm like,
I'm dying.
Am I dying? And then my wife gets out of bed or before I do, and she's in the bathroom, and then she comes out and she says hi, and I'm like, oh, my husband, sorry, because she sounds like a man today. She's all stuffed up.
Hey, how are you, babe?
I was like, she had to go go do blood work this morning. I was like, they're gonna check the testosterone there, babe. Make sure your T's up.
You guys
it's tough, cute. Man. I know. Like immediately, I was like, I hope I didn't give this to your wife. Whatever I got going
on
know how
here.
You would've. I don't know either.
They get lunch sometimes, Eli.
Well, I thought perhaps that you coming over to do secret shows last week, maybe I had it and I didn't know it. I had no symptoms or anything. I don't know. All I know is I got walloped with this thing that just had me like on the couch for a period of 3 days until this morning, basically, essentially.
The flu.
Some sort of something, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Either it was that razor blade throat version of like COVID that's going around. I don't know.
My mom, sweet mom, asked if you went to the doctor, and I was like, yeah, right.
I was going to. You know what? If I woke up today and I wasn't going to be able to do it, I was like, I at least got to tell him that I'm going to the doctor. So I'll like go to the end of the street and go to
how are you?
The clinic down there. And be like, I hear you're a doctor down here. What can you do for a guy like me? Because trust me, one of the ways that old Sean Wasson McGee is about as sick as can be, as the song starts, is I've watched about 12 hours of Love Island in the last couple of days.
I got sucked in, and I hate it, but I can't stop watching.
It's embarrassing. I don't want anything to do with it.
You guys hunkered down for Hurricane Huda?
I don't even know what that means yet, because I'm only like, I don't know. I think I'm like 8 episodes in, but I hate it. But I hit play on the next one every time.
I mean, it's just like, can you add more slow motion? Yes, you can. And
Yes,
slow
you can.
motion, and you guys are kissing, and we're going to watch the slow motion kiss.
You can't make a game of baseball ridiculously sexy. Yes, you can.
On the same episode, then.
every single thing. But here we are, regardless. How's everybody doing on a Friday?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Good,
What's up with you?
Great job on Tuesday and Wednesday. Great job, C-Lane, hosting on those days and doing a great job.
I made there were some mistakes. There were some wrong calls. There was a break that was pretty long because old boy just wasn't looking at the clock.
Did that one guy get at you, or is it only me that guy is?
Jack Bradshaw.
Didn't notice any. No, that guy got at me, but he always does.
Yeah, he will. Okay, we have a lot to get into today. We got some emails about when I was out, et cetera, et cetera. Right now, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the sheriff's officer of Osceola County, Florida, where Osceola County Sheriff Marcus Lopez was released from jail.
Finally!
And if you're somewhere else outside of Florida and you don't know about this story, our New York friends, let me bring you in. So there's a dude who is the sheriff of a county called Osceola County in Florida. And he was arrested for being involved in a bunch of stuff, including like some criminal activity, gambling, and whatnot.
$multi-million.
Big time, like money ventures that he was involved in that were illegal.
A lot of like corruption, like I think taking some not bribes really, but like
huge surprise
kickbacks.
Yeah, I'm blown away. I never would have thought this would have happened, but here we are. And they finally released him out on $1 million bond. Now, how does the sheriff post $1 million bond or put up the requirements to get him out? Who
Gambling
knows?
Money?
Maybe, I don't know. Let's look deeper into this guy. But when they release him for the perp walk, a man who's done probably countless perp walks himself, where the prisoner is either on the way in or on the way out for getting bailed, and all the news media is right there. And usually the sheriff is like proudly moving along step by step and going, we got another bad guy here.
This is one of the most intense perp walks I've ever seen.
I mean, if you're going to play the clip that we all talked about yesterday, the screaming is insane.
Yeah, I saw it on the news multiple times in the very short window of news that I was able to catch this morning. Like in between giving my son a bath and doing morning stuff, and I saw it at least thrice.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many media people for this local sheriff that was involved in all this corruption, allegedly. And they all just start screaming at him when he comes out this door. And there's no way. I don't know how anybody didn't curse. C-Lane said his attorney should have just said the F word the whole time and made this unairable, which would have been genius.
How has that never happened before? How has nobody in the history of crime thought to try and make something like this hard to air for a news station because the attorney or somebody walking with them just went F, 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 F,
right.
F,
And some security guards are really good about it with celebrities, that they'll take the flashlight and point it right into the camera's lens.
Yeah, for this, you better have a lot of flashlights.
Disco
ball.
Folks, you'll hear how many media outlets there are around this Sheriff Marcos Lopez. Here we go.
Yep, I'm here.
It's coming out.
Sheriff Lopez, do you agree with the accusations? Sheriff Lopez, do you agree with the charges? Sheriff Lopez, do you agree with the accusations?
Run after him!
Sheriff Lopez, how does it feel to be on the other side of the perp walk?
I like how she's stretching things out.
Other side of the perp walk.
And then she goes, what I believe right now is a 6.5 to a full 10. Very quickly.
I don't know who the female reporter whose voice we're hearing is, but spot on. Great job. Excellent work.
Part of the morning crew, I believe.
This is high caliber trolling. This is literally high caliber trolling. I'm a guy who appreciates high caliber trolling. And I think that this is really good work. Getting louder and louder and going, how does it feel to be on the other side of the law? And she just progressively kept pushing and pushing.
Sheriff Lopez, do you agree with the accusations? Sheriff Lopez, how does it feel to be on the other side of the perp walk? How does it feel, Sheriff? What is your message, Sheriff?
Louder! They shut him into the truck finally.
the stoppage there, the instant quiet is hilarious. But
did he answer any of our questions, guys?
No. What is the really, really funniest thing that I saw this morning, and it's from a different angle, like where you're looking, where that Channel 9 microphone is, off to the right, there is probably somebody gathering themselves, and it is a cameraman or reporter from West 2 News who was blocking the door to the van, and somebody just shoved his ass. I mean,
really?
Hard shoved
and he
his
had
ass
that giant
over.
shoulder camera as well.
Yes.
It was another angle, and he just and had his reporter still screaming at Sheriff Lopez.
I was like, if I were the other news stations and I wanted to troll West 2, I'd be like, this is what we do to you in the ratings or something stupid like that, because they just manhandled this dude. And that was the thing that I saw on Fox 35 this morning a couple times, and it was hilarious.
This is what it feels like when you come home really drunk and everybody hates you and everybody's yelling at you, and then you finally shut the door to your room. This is what it feels like. It's like
What is your message?
You're like, oh my God.
What did she say? What did she say? What is your mission, Sheriff?
Message.
What is your message? What is your message, Sheriff? What is your message?
She was starting to like overmodulate as a human, not as part of the recording, just like live overmodulate in person. What is your message, Sheriff?
I'm gonna overmodulate many times today, many times.
No, you need to rest.
Barbara on Facebook
Don't
says,
be looking at the chat and letting them piss you off.
it's not going to happen
You
today.
need to
They can't
rest.
get at me. No, I've got so much cough syrup in my system. Like I think it's impossible.
yeah.
Whatever Facebook message I saw is now gone, blazed out into the oblivion.
Said Sheriff
oblivion
should no longer be used in his title name.
Oh yeah. They should no longer call him sheriff. Well, I mean, it's just easier to identify the person as a current, former, whatever, sheriff with a whole bunch of legal issues going on.
Has he been removed from the title yet? I mean, has he been?
He's suspended. He's suspended as of right now. But the important part of this is I have to stop talking about it now, because this is like the limit that I'm allowed to. The cutoff has arrived. Apparently, the other day, did I call somebody else a pussy? And then somebody said Sean is a coward for not talking about this sheriff.
You called TMZ cowards for something, and then this guy who had already sent in some texts about why you're not talking about Marcus Lopez, and is for some reason pissed off that we never talked about Marcus Lopez up until this point.
We did talk about it when the news broke.
Yeah, we literally talked about it the day that it happened, and talked about the corruption and talked about how this guy was involved in an illegal gambling ring.
Well, you didn't do it enough for this particular man, or maybe he wasn't.
I'm scared.
Sheriff Watson,
He
what do you
wasn't.
have to say? What's your message, Sheriff Watson?
He wasn't tuned in at the time, perhaps. I don't know, but there was just a little too much L.A. riots for him, and you called TMZ a coward. He goes, "The news junkie's a coward for not talking about Marcus Lopez."
True, sir. I've got so much Robitussin running through my veins. It's not going to affect me today. So bring it on if you'd like to. Or just be nice. I mean, you could do that. I've been out of commish for 3 days here, but apparently this guy's a real piece of work, Marcus Lopez. So we'll see what happens with this sheriff. I love them screaming at him, though.
Sheriff Lopez!
Oh, it was so good,
so great, so fantastic. And if I ever do this, if I ever get involved in these big legal charges, you guys can scream at me too. I don't care, whoever it is.
How
even
does it
you
feel
guys.
being the one talked about, Sean? How does it feel, Sean?
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to get me for, but if they do, I'll enjoy it.
Probably graffiti.
That hurt.
Oh, he's hurting himself.
Yeah.
That's it. It's the razor blade coming for you, my friend. It's happening right now. We got a lot going on today, obviously. We got the closing arguments going on in the Diddy case, which I know we've only been kind of following, but everybody wants to know what the verdict's going to be in this case, I think. Even people who have been, who cares, this is a dumb story. I think everybody's going to kind of want to at least know what the verdict is. Is Diddy guilty? Is he not guilty? And they're at closing statements, closing arguments. And before too long, they literally will be pushing this over to the jury, and we will have a verdict pretty soon here, I would imagine. Probably early next week on the show. But we'll talk about what's happening with that and those closing arguments. We will try not to talk about Love Island, but I don't know. You never know around here. You never know what's going to happen.
I'm only up to episode 7, I think.
I'm not going to spoil anything.
I
don't
see a
have
lot
any
of clips
reason to.
online now.
I don't know anybody's name. I don't know anything. All I know is I can't get away from it. And
I know. Let's see. I know Huda and Ace,
Shelly,
Jeremiah, Olandria.
Is that
the one? The one
kind of
that's
has like a weird rat face. Austin.
Yeah.
Austin. He looks like the guy from This Is Us.
Yeah.
Just really
you guys can,
stupider.
You guys can say whatever you want about him. He's had sex with 104 people. All right. Okay.
If we get 0.1, he'll be part of the state.
Oh, that's true. Look at that. I'll let him have sex with 0.1 of me, and then we can really just right over the finish line.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Yeah. And then to bring things home for all of our affiliates, I will get them to the FM dial on all of our affiliates. Really, just whatever it takes. Sacrifice. It doesn't matter. And if you're here for a sacrifice, today's the day. if it was going to happen, today's the day that it's going to happen. When we return, an incredibly shocking moment caught on tape that we're going to play for you. Your dispatches, your emails, lots of feedback, lots of stuff to roll things through on a busy Friday. Let's have some fun together. Yeah. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Klausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klausman Law. KlausmanLaw.com.
Hoping your ride on the major highways and roads of Orlando is a safe one happening right now. Northbound of the Turnpike after Scrub J Lane, the left lane is blocked. You're going to start to feel that after the Oakland Exchange exit and entrance. As a matter of fact, southbound also a shoulder is blocked after the Mineola Hancock Road exit. You're going to start to feel that delay. So overall, avoid the Turnpike if you can. Beside that, your usual delay eastbound on I-4 approaching 535. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association.
The International Hot Rod Association Outline Series is back. 5 events, 4 locations. 1 explosive season. Top fuel, funny cars, promos. You are in the stands. Get your tickets now at IHRA.com. It's IHRA.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. Starring John Fogerty, Bryan Adams, Sammy Hagar, Mariah Carey, Tim McGraw, Jelly Roll, Ed Sheeran, and more. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage, superstar performances, and once-in-a-lifetime artist moments you'll have to see to believe. Get your iHeartRadio Music Festival tickets now at AXS.com.
Summertime is here, oh, Hoagie Fest, here I come. Hoagie Fest, Hoagie Fest, yeah, Wawa's got the hoagies, and I'm gonna get me some.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is here, and it's the summer of sandwiches. We're mixing it up with hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more, all for $6 and under. Savor a summer of savings.
Hoagie Fest, here I come.
Gotta have a Wawa.
Did you catch Luisito's header?
Yeah, I just recorded it on my new Samsung A36 5G phone I got for free at Total Wireless.
Oh, I'm actually live streaming the whole match with my new Samsung Tab A9 that I also got free at Total Wireless.
I got that tablet too.
And I got that phone too. We both got both.
Go!
Switch to Total Wireless and get both the Samsung A36 5G and the Samsung Tab A9 for free. For a limited time while supplies last, valid in store. Requires new phone activation on the Total 5G Unlimited plan or higher external port and ID verification and new activation on the Total 5G Unlimited 6-month tablet plan. Restrictions apply.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Kia Center August 2nd and 3rd. Brought to you by BKT Tires, your local Ford dealers, and Morgan & Morgan.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Eye Candy Energy Drink.
Enjoy Eye Candy Energy Drink at Rock Freedom and Fireworks, featuring Papa Wheelie, food trucks, vendors, and an awesome fireworks show. Saturday, June 28th, 5 to 9 p.m. at Ryder Park in Longwood. Taste the sweet life.
Eye Candy Energy Drink.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Are you an oblivious person hogging the sidewalk like a large dying snail? Do people stuck behind you ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have tons of quality beds at every price. So anyone, even people like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply.
Candidates for your job the very next day. Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Greenway Kia is under new management. With 3 great locations across Central Florida and one of the area's largest selections, we want to see you in a Kia. Upgrade your summer adventure in a brand new 2025 Kia Sportage EX. Lease it for just $149 per month for 24 months with $39.95 due at signing and 0 security deposit. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Kia. Visit GreenwayKias.com today.
Qualified applicants through KFA. Includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 7/15/25.
Summertime is here, oh, Hoagie Fest, here I come. Hoagie Fest, Hoagie Fest. Yeah, Wawa's got the hoagies, and I'm gonna get me some. Hoagie Fest, Hoagie Fest.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is here, and it's the summer of sandwiches. We're mixing it up with hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more, all for $6 and under. Savor a summer of savings.
Hoagie Fest, here I come.
Gotta have a Wawa.
From iHeart Podcast. Before social media, before cable news, there was Alan Berg.
He was the first and the original shock jock.
That scratchy, irreverent kind of way of talking to people and telling them that you're an idiot and I'm going to hang up on you.
This is Live Wire, the loud life and shocking murder of Alan Berg.
And he pointed to the Denver phone book and said, well, there are probably 2 million suspects.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Live Wire, and listen now.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, PAY, P-A-Y, pay. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This is
for this, but here I am regardless, pushing through. Could have been
You
just
got invited?
Invited is kind of like a loose word, Sabrina. They heard about me being incredibly sick, so they were like, they felt bad.
I thought
and
every Prime membership came with a wedding invite.
No, unfortunately, no. It's only for the richest people are the only ones involved. Yeah. So those folks are out there, the really important people. And I'm not saying like there should be a nuke dropped on this wedding, but I'm just saying if there was, it would wipe out a lot of annoying people, right? I mean,
yeah, but also a beautiful place that is Italy.
I don't want
yet to
this.
visit.
I mean, the land itself is very resistant. You could even tell when we bombed the Iranian nuke facility. Like, the land itself is resistant to the bombing. It's just the stuff we build on it and the people that are on there. Maybe you're a Bezos fan, though. Who knows? I like Amazon, so I'll give him that at least.
I've been on Amazon. I was just on Amazon literally as the break was coming to a close.
You shopping during the show? Is that what you're up to now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now that I'm back and you're not hosting, you're like, well, I'm going to do some shopping here during the program.
I was just
today.
running some things by the engineering department that I want to just install here. Just,
The department being one man.
Yeah.
Shout out Frank.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've really dwindled it down here at iHeartRadio. But welcome back to the show. You can learn more about what's happening around here, as always, at thenewsjunkie.com.
Did you see what they put in the water in Venice where the wedding is going down?
No, MDMA?
No, somebody put like a lifelike mannequin or something that was supposed to be Jeff Bezos floating on a giant Amazon box.
I did see that, actually.
It was pretty funny looking.
If I was Bezos, I would be so flattered if like when I went somewhere, people did all this kind of stuff. Is this it? This is the dummy right here. Yeah, not Jeff Bezos, the dummy of him.
Oh crap! Hit that for yourself.
Wait, hit what?
Hit it.
Oh, okay, I got you. Right there. Here it is. It shows Bezos laying on this massive package. And I don't mean like, what the kind you might think. I mean a big, giant brown package.
Not in there.
Yeah.
Like a box.
It's got dollars on his hand, and Amazon is all over it.
That's great.
I mean, you're famous when this is the treatment that you get.
A classic prank.
That feels real nice, I bet. Had a weird time, honestly. I don't know what's real and what's fake because over the last couple of days I got hit with whatever cold is going around, as you can hear my voice a little bit, and I apologize for that. But we'll limp through it here today. And one of the things that I saw that was so mind-blowing for me was in Florida, actually, where this tornado hit. And I don't know how much, if you guys talked about this at all, or if it was when we were not on, but this tornado swarmed through and it hit
insane.
In Florida. And did you see the old lady's house that it hit?
That got picked up, did completely on its side, and then landed in another spot.
Man, I mean,
And
here's
she was
one thing.
inside the whole time?
One thing we should talk about is folks that live in trailer parks. If there's so much as like a 35-mile-an-hour brisk wind, leave home for the day. Your trailer park is not a safe place to be. It's bad. If there's a tornado, if there's a hurricane, the trailer parks are the ones that blow up. This woman, though, she is 76 years old, and she's in her trailer park home. And as the storm whips through, it takes this old lady's house and straight up rips it out of the ground and stretches it up into the air and then slams it back down. And the lady was inside the whole time, like a horror movie or something. And the lady survived. She's okay. She survived all of this. But the video footage is absolutely wild to see. This is in Florida. There's a golf cart right next to her house. Nothing even happens to the golf
Whole
cart.
house gone.
House is gone.
The Wizard of Oz. It's insane.
It lifts up, and the house is like the corner of the house is touching the ground. All the rest of the house is up in the air, way off the ground.
I just am trying to put myself in her cute little old lady shoes.
I'd be
sitting on her couch, probably reading a book. Oh, weather's getting pretty bad outside, and now I'm in the air.
Now I'm flying.
She's probably still cleaning up from making all those people steak and mashed potatoes the day before.
I got to tell you, I think that there should be a device that we can maybe Shark Tank.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know if this exists or not, but are there seat belts for couches for old people?
There were
Because
seat belts on the RV couch that I just
Were there?
drove. Yeah.
That could be an inspiration for this. Because if you bolt the couch to the ground and then seatbelt old people in, when this happens, they'll move around a little bit, but they'll stay, seated on the couch that they're on, and they'll flail around a bit, and then
You would
just
have
like
to
this.
bolt everything to the ground.
Well, you're going to have to bolt the couch for sure.
No, but you have to bolt everything else, because if the old people are bolted to the couch and everything else is free to move about the trailer.
It's going to smack
the
around.
TV's coming your way. They can't get out of the way because they're bolted to the couch.
The house is back there.
Football helmet. You got to have a football helmet. And then that'll help you out from some of the things that are flying around. But just the way this thing goes up and then slams down. I'll put it on See It Now on the newsjunkie.com so you guys can see the visual.
Maybe not a seatbelt, just let's give her some sandbags.
Unbelievable,
For the
man.
entire
It
house.
is. You know, like these houses can just be whipped around like this, and somehow this woman was able to survive. And they said she was all right, you know, like she did okay. She made it through all of this. Very, very interesting moment caught on tape. Let's go to you. Let's see what you have to say. tips@thenewsjunkie.com is where you can email us. And Anonymous emails the show. This says, hey, it's anonymous, which you would imagine. That's what you put on the top of the email if you want me to say that. First, Sean, glad you're back. We can tell you're not back to 100%. Yeah, well, I mean, that's true. So glad you are here today, or so glad you are here today. Second, what the hell happened yesterday? I was a bit depressed, but I did get to hear Sabrina on the Jim Colbert show. Also got my shirt and my magnet. Love y'all, says Anonymous. That was my fault. As I said, I was like, I got this. I'll be fine. And then I woke up and I said, not there yet. Not there just yet. Christopher emails the show. What do you think it is?
A little
scissor.
little tussin?
Well,
You ain't gonna guess.
Purple drink.
Oh, there you go, right? Uh-huh.
Look at that.
Whoa! Yeah!
Semen?
Celsius, yeah.
Celsius?
Yeah.
Why are you drinking Celsius?
I don't know. Feels good on the throat. You hear my voice already? Sounds better.
How's your heart
Gets me
rate?
moving.
That's
I
crazy.
don't know. The heart's moving faster. You know I'm not allowed to have a full one, so all I'm allowed to get is a little tiny paper shot glass of Celsius. Because
it literally looks like you're at the methadone clinic for Celsius.
Yeah.
And Courtney has only dispensed the amount prescribed to you. You will get no more.
I need more,
and
man.
You can only have the amount that I have put in this cup.
Like the doc says, your heart is palping too much when you drink these things. It's too much. You've had a Celsius before the show one time, Sean, and you almost lost your mind and you went sideways. Here we go. We're going to give you just the limited amount that we could give you. And so that's what I got today. Delicious. Not a sponsor. Christopher emails the show to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. It says, you son of a bitch. Which, what a way to start. Podcast
you didn't have to
listener
read
here.
my email.
And just saw you were out again today. Nothing against the other two, even Fowler, but I miss when you're not there to guide the conversation. Feel better, buddy, says Christopher, not Christopher Lane, different Christopher. On the other side of the dime, Mike emails the show. All caps, great. Love the show. Can you guys convince Sean to not ever come back on? He can do stuff in the background.
Mike, where do you think tips@thenewsjunkie.com goes to, buddy?
He apparently doesn't know. He thinks whoever is like doing the show that day gets all the emails that come in. He could do stuff in the background, he says, which I really like. Like the approval for you to like Weiler Tyler style, do like intern, get coffee stuff in the background of the show, but not do anything else. He could do stuff in the background, not voice his annoying opinions.
Dancer for the ska band.
That's it.
You know, they call you a member of the band, but you don't play any instruments.
Pick it up.
They're like, C-Lane will sing, Sabrina will play the trumpet, and Sean can like dance a jig in the background. That's about all he can do. He says, Sean can do stuff in the background, not voice his annoying opinions that no one cares about. I'll have you know, Mike, everyone cares. Everyone cares. You guys are a great trio, he says. The humor and everything about it, you three hosting. Love it and looking forward to more. Sunglasses, smiley emoji. So
nice.
Cool.
A little bit of both sides over there from those folks. Thank you for some of the feedback coming into tips@thenewsjunkie.com. On the other side of the caught on tape stuff, I don't know if you guys saw this, but in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, there was a guy, this lineman. Linemen get a lot of credit, actually. What do you think? Do you think it's deserved? Like for power?
It's a dangerous
people?
job.
It's pretty dangerous, obviously. And beyond that, it's like when your power's out and the lineman fixes it, it's a good feeling.
Hell yeah.
It's a better feeling than almost anything. Like
People
your power's
start
back.
clapping.
Oh, my God, yeah. Like I don't care who you are. I don't care who they send out. I don't care if it's men or women or white people or black people or.
But most of them seem like they're pretty well put together, you know? I mean, with all the climbing and stuff, the physical activity that you do, it keeps you in good shape.
Yeah, they're like mildly fat, but not too fat. They're smart enough, and they seem like good people.
My wife's old hotel that she previously worked for is a place where they station a lot of the linemen when a hurricane is coming.
Yeah, big time.
They all get rooms there, and then they're like ready to be dispatched out. And when we were talking about that, my cousin was like, you know, ooh, let me get some of them numbers there. Send them my way, you know?
Yeah, right.
She's got like a lineman thing I had never heard.
Yeah.
Oh, lineman wives are some of the best Facebook profiles to go through.
Yes, and nobody talks about it until there's an emergency. But then when the linemen come, it's like, hey, you guys know anybody? Do you know who can we get to come over here? How can I get him to come to my neighbor? And there's very few ways. I mean, you could cause a massive catastrophe, and then you'll be priority. That's what I generally do in these cases, like knock a couple more power lines down and such. But what happened that was caught on video and audio, even we'll hear this together, is incredible. And we'll see if we're all going to salute this lineman that this happened to. In fact, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, I'll tell you this story. It's incredible, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
Right here, right now. There is no other place I want to be.
Classic alternative this week.
So with a check of your forecast, and today it is a Fox 35 weather impact day because we're expecting the return of some scattered afternoon showers and storms. Some very heavy rain is going to be likely, along with the risk of an isolated strong storm or two. The main impacts with these sort of strong storms would be gusty winds, small pockets of hail, frequent lightning, and some very heavy downpours. Plan for these rain and storm chances to continue throughout the weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Remember when you had a guy, someone who could fix anything? They're still out there at Batteries Plus with their quick solutions and expert advice on any batteries from cars to golf carts. Batteries Plus will have you in and out and on your way in no time. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
Folks, wasn't feeling great on the couch for the last couple of days, but one thing that kept me in a good mood was that it was nice and comfortable in the house, despite how hot it might be outside in the state of Florida. And that's because of the folks at Mills Air. If you want to be comfortable, if your AC is not working right, tell your landlord, or if you're the landlord, make the move yourself. Hey, say Mills Air. Mills Air is the way to do this. It's a company that's going to be honest with you, fair with you, treat you right, fix your AC no matter what's wrong. Don't do what a lot of people do. You go over to YouTube or something, think you're an AC expert. Next thing you know, there's sparks flying and you've created an even bigger problem. But if you do, Mills Air will still be there to help you out. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, and they get you huge rebates on a new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Here's the phone number, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com zipintro.com/free.
Man, I'm excited for the summer. Going to the beach, hanging out by the pool, barbecue, having drinks. But all of that is getting a little more expensive. That's where Sam's Club is coming to the rescue with locked-in summer values. Until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items. And that's from paper plates to trash bags, sunscreen, even apple pie. I have my card. It's a total no-brainer to join Sam's Club because locked-in summer values can help you save on all those things you need to have a great summer. Go sign up for that membership and join Sam's Club today at samsclub.com/join.
Summer is here and you know what that means. Carbecues. No, not barbecues. Carbecues. Where your seats roast, your steering wheel sizzles, and your sunglasses melt into the dash. Get a WeatherTech sunshade for your windshield and the full vehicle kit to cover all your windows. Custom fit for your specific vehicle, sunshade blocks the scorching sun and harmful UV rays to keep your cabin nice and cool. So say no to fried thighs with the all-American-made WeatherTech sunshade, because it's your car, not a casserole. Order today at WT.com.
What's up, fellas? Russ Rollins here. Get real testosterone prescribed by the doctors at Red Mountain Weight Loss. More men are suffering from low T than ever, thanks to stress, poor diet, and lifestyle. This is a serious health issue, but I tell you what, if you're feeling tired, you're feeling sluggish, you lose your mental focus all the time, if you're having trouble in the bedroom, you probably have low T. The solution is prescription strength testosterone, because nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. Increasing your testosterone will give you more energy. I know. It'll help you build muscle mass. It'll help you sleep better. It improves your mental focus, and it'll boost your sex drive. It's a complete game changer. Testosterone also helps you lose and maintain your proper weight. So go to the trusted leader in health solutions for men and women, Red Mountain Weight Loss. Their experienced medical team has helped people optimize their hormones for over 30 years now, and now they can help you too. Book your free video consultation with a licensed doctor today. Have low T? Start for free this month only at Red Mountain. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
You've got an app for your music, but what about your favorite morning show, sports team, or live local news and weather?
Things start to change.
Yep, there's an app for all that too. iHeartRadio. Download the #1 app for radio, the free iHeartRadio app.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is here, and it's the summer of sandwiches. For a limited time, Wawa's mixing it up with hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more, all for $6 and under. Savor a summer of sandwiches and savings. Gotta have a Wawa.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Eye Candy Energy Drink. Taste the sweet life.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Really, like this is a breakthrough idea that's going to fix everything.
You've grown
Literally.
humble in your sickness.
Yeah, no, I had some time to think about this, and after I saw this video, I'm going to share this video with you in a second. It's unbelievable. It's crazy. I'll also put it up on See It Now when I get a break here during the show. But there's a guy who was just trying to do his job. He's a lineman. You know what I mean by that, most of you. That means somebody who goes out and like works on the power lines and stuff. They only get shout outs when there's a problem, when there's like a hurricane and the power is out for a lot of people, and then they're heroes. And then nobody cares about them anymore, right? It's like these like pretend heroes for 5 seconds. People think the cops are always heroes and the firemen are all, God forbid, the firemen. You know, let them work one day a week. The firemen, they're all heroes. God, the linemen are only heroes every once in a blue moon. And if you're a grocery store employee, you only get that once in your life during the pandemic. That's it. That's literally the only time that you get to be saluted as being a hero for doing your job. But this guy was just trying to fix a stoplight. And he was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and watching what happened to him made me think of a way to like fix work, just like work forever. Everybody's saying, well, we need to do the 4-day work week or the 3-day work week, or we can get it done in 1 day. And I live to work, not work to live. And like, you know, all these different things that everybody whines about all the time. I've got the solution. I've got the solution here on deck. But all right, so the guy's up in one of these, both of you can see, but I don't know what better to say than bucket truck.
Truck.
What do I say? Like one of these trucks cherry picker's a good one. That's good, C-Line. Yeah. It's a truck
with that big arm thing.
An arm that comes out, and then there's a bucket on the end of the arm, and the power company person goes in that little bucket. And they work on the power lines or the stoplights or whatever's overhead. And do you guys know where this is going? Have you seen this or no?
I haven't.
Oh, my God.
Are we dropping a traffic light on somebody?
Oh, that would be a best case scenario if the traffic light just dropped. But no. So this guy's working on this traffic light. This is in Louisiana. It's in the Baton Rouge area.
Oh, no.
It's near I-12 if you're nearby. And you can now see that a semi-truck, an 18-wheeler, as you might call them, has decided to make this turn despite the fact that there's a man dangling below the stoplight. And the semi-truck kicks through and bam! Hits the bucket.
Oh, my God.
With the poor guy in it. The truck smashes into the bucket with the poor guy.
Was he not paying attention?
The semi-truck clearly was not. And my favorite thing in the world.
Of room to pay attention.
They did. Yeah, like we should have been so clear. Like the semi-truck is making a turn. There's a guy in the little cherry picker thing in the bucket working on the stoplight. And the semi-truck just plows right into it. Just plows right into this dude and kind of keeps going down the road. And one of my favorite things that happens before I get to my idea is the electric company worker who was on the ground assisting this guy. The guy's now dangling upside down, and the little thing that he was in by the stoplight is upside down, right? It's electric. And his fellow employee doesn't really know what to do, so he runs out into the street underneath him like he's going to catch him.
Ready to catch him?
Like, I got you, buddy.
If I got three more people, and we'll get a bed sheet, and you're going to be just fine.
Get the trampoline out.
I can't fault him because it's like a sweet idea. He's trying to do something nice, but he goes out underneath and he's like, dry. And then he runs over, and this poor dude, it was just dangling below this, right? Just absolutely dangling. Now, right now, as I'm blabbing and yapping, I'm going to put this over on See It Now for you, okay?
We got a couple people chiming in. Says, we all call them bucket trucks or boom trucks.
That's a good one.
Very few call them cherry pickers unless they're picking chairs. But, okay, I get that. But that's what we used to call them, like back in the day when you did like work like that. They had slang nicknames for those particular devices.
Now,
and then,
this is a very random question, though. Are cherry trees that high up?
I would assume.
I don't know.
Cherry
I will
pickers?
defer to the cherry picker people.
I never picked any cherries.
Yeah, I have no idea how that actually works.
Also, they're saying it's probably not a lineman because linemen don't work on traffic lights.
This says a Louisiana utility worker. That's a lineman to me.
That's a lineman to me, man.
Yeah, I mean, so whoever that was, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but Louisiana utility worker was the person who was injured here. And that goes to my theory. It's going to change work forever. This might solve all of our problems. Recently, we had who was it? It was the airline safety folks who were very upset because the power went out in was it Newark where that happened for air traffic control?
90 seconds where everything went out and chaos, but then 43 of them got a bunch of days off for emotional distress. Am I getting that right?
They took a big, fat, long break because they were emotionally distressed by the power going out when they were working their air traffic control job. And I guess it went out a bunch of times after that, and maybe it's been fine since because we haven't heard about it. But here's what I think should happen. And this can only happen to you once every presidential term. All right? Has nothing to do with the president. It's just a good way to keep track of things. Once every presidential term, this can happen to you. If you have a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day at work, you get an instant month off. Instant month off. Now, I don't want to hear any more about 4-day work weeks and 3-day work weeks and 2-day work weeks. Get off your lazy asses and go to work every day and contribute to society and do something, for God's sake. Yeah. But if you're in a bucket truck and it gets hit by a semi and you flip around upside down and your friend's trying to catch you and you get smashed here and there and your arm is messed up and you have a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day at work. Instant, one time every presidential term, instant, 1 month off. Go enjoy yourself. You don't deserve to do this.
I'm sure they gave him a couple days.
Instant month.
They gave him a new cherry picker, and he's back
out there.
Fixing some lights, watching for maybe just wearing a brighter vest.
They probably rewatched the video with all their friends many, many times, and then said, "Isn't it amazing that you stuck into the thing? You didn't fall out and plow to the ground." And I think this would fix a lot of things. I think this would be a huge, huge solution, and we could calm down everybody screaming about.
Have they tracked down the truck?
Work. I don't know. It doesn't say here. Louisiana utility worker was struck by an 18-wheeler and left dangling over the road as he was repairing a stoplight over a busy intersection. His coworker rushed to save him from a serious injury. The tractor trailer appeared in frame as it turned to this and smashed into it. And it says, this is a mandate we have. When you're in a bucket truck, they called it a bucket truck, you'll have that harness on. Well, thank God he did. Thank God he had that harness on. For all those of you who are listening today, in a bucket truck, put the harness on. Mm-hmm. You might think that it's some weenie thing. No, I don't want to wear it. Put the harness on. Put your seatbelt on. And we can work to get this emergency month off when you have the worst day ever, when some really, truly tragic thing happens to you. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us your first or next dispatch right now. When we come back, the Diddy trial is winding up. Some people interested, some people not. We'll try to make you interested if you're not tuned in. And I think everybody is just going to want to know. When the verdict's coming down the pipeline, I think people will be like, oh, what is it? What is it? I think everybody will kind of, not OJ style, but a fraction of OJ or Casey Anthony style, say, what is it? I want to hear what the verdict is. And then hear the verdict and move on with their lives. So what is this verdict going to be? What do we expect? What are the prediction markets saying? What are people betting on? Because you can legitimately bet on whether or not Diddy will be found guilty by this jury. What the hell is going on? The full rundown is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Real Radio Summer of Laughs continues with Night 2 of the Mount Dora Summer Night Series with Ryan Holmes from the Monsters in the Morning, July 12th. Details at realradio.fm/comedy.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hoping your ride on the major highways and roads of Orlando is a safe one happening right now. Northbound of the Turnpike after Scrub J Lane, a left lane is blocked. You're going to start to feel that after the Oakland Exchange exit and entrance. As a matter of fact, southbound also a shoulder is blocked after the Mineola Hancock Road exit. You're going to start to feel that delay. So overall, avoid the Turnpike if you can. Beside that, your usual delay eastbound on I-4 approaching 535. Our Valvoline instant oil change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa Hoagie Fest is here, and it's the summer of sandwiches. For a limited time, Wawa's mixing it up with hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more, all for $6 and under. Savor a summer of sandwiches and savings. Gotta have a Wawa.
You're invited to the culinary event of the summer. Taste Central Florida returns to the Orlando World Center Marriott on Saturday, July 12th. Join over 75 of Central Florida's top chefs, restaurants, and beverage experts for an unforgettable evening of signature bites, craft cocktails, and live entertainment. All for a powerful cause, fighting hunger in our community. 100% of event proceeds benefit local charities, Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida, and Coalition for the Homeless of Central Florida, helping provide meals and resources to local children and families facing food insecurity. Don't miss your chance to taste the impact. Tickets are on sale now at tastecfl.org. That's tastecfl.org. Get yours before they're gone.
Greenway Kia is under new management with 3 convenient locations across Central Florida and one of the area's largest inventories. We want to see it in a Kia. Upgrade your summer adventure in a hot new 2025 Kia K4 LXS. Lease it for $119 a month for 24 months with $36.25 due at signing and 0 security deposit. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see it in a Kia. Click or visit greenwaykias.com today.
Qualified applicants through KFA includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, plus tax, title, license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 7/15/25.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Orlando.
There's nothing more special than sharing Disney magic with loved ones. And Disney on Ice is the perfect place to revisit cherished memories and create new ones. Mickey and Friends will take you on a journey through unforgettable moments with a magical mouse pad. Discover thrilling adventures from Zootopia, Inside Out 2, and the all-new Moana 2. Relive the timeless tales of Toy Story, Frozen, and Encanto, and the Disney princesses. Hold on tight as Stitch grabs the magical mouse pad and shakes things up. Play in Kia Center August 29th through 31st.
Eye Candy Energy Drink.
Enjoy Eye Candy Energy Drink at Rock Freedom and Fireworks, featuring Papa Wheelie, food trucks, vendors, and an awesome fireworks show. Saturday, June 28th, 5 to 9 p.m. at Ryder Park in Longwood. Taste the sweet life.
Eye Candy Energy Drink.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Cruising out of Port Canaveral? Don't forget to visit Cocoa Beach, Orlando's closest beach. Soak up the sun, ride the waves, shop a little, and enjoy Cocoa Beach's legendary laid-back beach vibes. Cocoa Beach is perfect for adventure seekers, families, or a beautiful date with a sunset finish. Vacation mode starts at Cocoa Beach, the perfect stop for your sea voyage. Don't miss the boat. Plan your visit today at legendarycocobeach.com. That's legendarycocobeach.com.
Mecum Auctions returns to Kissimmee July 9th through 12th with 1,500 vehicles up for auction, including muscle cars, classics, Corvettes, trucks, exotics, hot rods, customs, and more. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. Become a bidder and get ready to bring home your dream car. Registration and tickets are available at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
To everyone who believes a good meal can always be made even better, come try our new chicken sandwiches at Culver's.
We've taken our classic chicken sandwich and brought it to the next level. I'm talking bigger, juicier chicken with crispier, crunchier breading. And it's all served on a buttery brioche bun and topped with crisp dill pickles, creamy mayo, and fresh lettuce and tomato. Even better, you can make any sandwich your own with a few extra toppings. Throw on some real Wisconsin cheddar cheese, add thick-cut bacon, or both. We'll make it fresh just for you, just the way you like it. Whether you go for crispy, spicy crispy, or grilled chicken, you're sure to enjoy your first bite and every bite after that. So are you ready to try our tasty take on a tried and true classic? We've got a table waiting with your name on it. From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Make waves in a quality used car. Now from $58.88 at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank, B-A-N-K, bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
Is something that I think is going to be useful on this show. And I'll tell you about that, and we'll kind of work our way through it here in a moment. But we've arrived at the end of the case for Diddy. And I know a lot of people are like, who cares? Who cares? Well, people will be paying attention when the verdict comes through for Diddy. And at least for a while, it'll be the big topic, and it'll be viral, and everybody will be chit-chatting about it. So I want to know everybody's guesses as to what the outcome of that case is going to be in just a moment. But on this radio show, podcast, live stream, there's one thing that I've always wanted to do that we haven't necessarily been able to do yet. On the back of stuff like Polymarket, you guys know what Polymarket is, right? Like where you can bet on real world news things and stuff. It's kind of cool. So you could bet like, is the U.S. going to go to war with this country? Is this person going to win an election? Is Diddy going to be guilty or not guilty? You could bet on those things. And I always find that stuff interesting because people blab all the time. They think that their opinions are the best and that they're going to be the most right and all of that stuff. But they're never really on the record and like being graded consistently.
Right.
And so one of the things I think that will be awesome with this show is with everybody's username and your dispatches and all that stuff. I want to have a feature when there's big events that are about to happen where people will put in their predictions.
We can
like,
call
for instance,
it. Like I call it.
Yeah, like I call that Diddy's going to be guilty.
I love these.
Oh, we should add a time frame to it.
Yes, yeah, like it'll obviously you can put your whatever your guesses are in. You know,
lock it in.
But I'm saying like if you were to lock in right now that Diddy was going to be not guilty, that's much less riskier than if you did it like months ago when the trial first started or when he got arrested or something like that. Because we know so much more now because we've been following the trial. We've been hearing things that make it sound like they're trying him for being a bad guy and not for the specific charges, some of them. We're hearing while you were gone that the prosecution asked the judge to kind of rearrange some of the jury instructions for the racketeering charge.
Oh, great.
In a certain way that makes it seem like they aren't very confident in the case that they made in the first place. And so if you were to call it right now, oh, what a big risk taker you are. Sarcasm.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, there needs to be like an algorithm going on here, non-sarcasm, where we'll have big events that are coming up in the news and viral things that are going on. People will be able to put in their predictions, and then your predictions will lead to like your score, like your trust score or whatever it would be in the community. And that way, if you send over a dispatch and you're like, here's my take, here's my thoughts, and I see that your trust score is like a 12 out of 100 because you keep guessing things and you keep predicting things and all your predictions suck and they're off, then we can discard your opinion a little bit more than somebody who's like 99% right. You know, like this is by the way, a great equalizer between people on the show and off the show that you'd be like, you could dismiss what I say, but look, I'm 99% right about the things that I've predicted on the show. I've never heard of a show doing that before, keeping the audience accountable and like building your credibility with us and your takes over time. And I think that this could be a really cool feature that nobody else has added, considering we talk about the news, we talk about what's viral, we talk about what's happening. And we stare things down like this Diddy verdict. Will he be guilty? Will he be not guilty? Et cetera, et cetera. So I think that that'll be a cool thing to build into the website in maybe the next year or so here. But for now, people use something called Polymarket. And I'm looking at the website right now. And indeed, they have like Diddy found guilty of sex trafficking is one of the options that they have.
They did drop charges.
They what?
I just dawned on me. I believe they dropped the arson charge. So is that on Polylink still?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if Polymarket has that one or like I imagine if they drop it, they like abandon that bet or something, or maybe you win if you said they weren't going to do it. But Diddy found guilty of sex trafficking is one of the big ones. Not too big actually. $73,000 has been bet on this so far, and it's a 70% chance of happening. According to the people who are betting on this or not. And like for Diddy, this is his life, but there are legitimately people who watch this stuff and bet actual money on it on some of these websites. I think that it's pretty crazy to have this, but it's also super interesting to be able to kind of put your money where your mouth is. For instance, all the stuff going on with the mayor race in New York City, people who are talking all sorts of trash about that. Well, put down your guess. And Steelaine's right. Like, if you put in your guess way before everybody else, it should have more weight to it, and it should be more respected than if you put it in at the very last minute where there's so much more information to base things off of.
Anything with Love Island?
Possibly. I don't know if that becomes a big enough of a viral thing and something that's a huge focus. I think that, we could put some attention to that. But right now, they're doing all the closing arguments in the Diddy trial. AP says, Sean Diddy Combs committed crime after crime for 2 decades, but thought his fame, wealth, and power would put him above the law, a prosecutor told jurors Thursday. As the hip-hop mogul's sex trafficking trial shifted to closing arguments. That stops now. It's time to hold him accountable. It's time for justice. It's time to find the defendant guilty. So, they're hammering the point home as they wrap things up here. And now you hear from, who is this? Slavic. Slavic is the assistant U.S. attorney, Christy Slavic. And she said, over the last several weeks, you've learned a lot about Sean Combs. He's the leader of a criminal enterprise. He doesn't take no for an answer. And now you know about many crimes he committed with members of his enterprise. And they continue saying that these were brutal crimes at the heart of this case, including sex trafficking. Again and again, forced, threatened, and manipulated his ex-girlfriends, Cassie and others, into having sex with escorts for his own entertainment. And so they go on to highlight everything. Of course, his defense team is saying, no, this is not true. Yes, Diddy is a bad guy, but they haven't proven that he's done the crimes that he's been, that he's actually been accused of doing in this court. Former prosecutors saying the guilty verdict is a lock in this case. Legal expert Nima Rahmani, who isn't involved in the trial, says he will end up behind bars for a long time. I do believe the prosecution has done enough to convict Diddy, but it really depends on the crime, she says. His lawyer says it's a tale of two trials. He says that this is about a complete fantasy case that they have made up against this guy, Diddy, who everybody hates, but who's not the person that they say that he is. And Diddy and his family's like all crying in the courtroom and out there, putting their emotions on the line to try to probably sway the jury in some way. Now, I can't really make a super educated guess on what I think the verdict will be here because we haven't been able to watch this. We haven't been able to watch.
It's so unfair.
I can't believe it.
Trial to see on the television.
I would have liked to watch it too, Sabrina.
Got to see all of Karen Reed's and that fan.
2 times we got to see Karen Reed, for God's sake. The whole damn shebang. And now we get none of this because it's the federal trial. They don't have cameras in the courtroom and stuff.
So it's harder to are the chips that Diddy's going to be eating for a long time.
Oh, so you think he's going? You're going to be found guilty?
I don't know.
I'm going guilty for sure.
I think I'm leaning towards not guilty.
All right, let's place our bets.
All right, Sabrina says guilty. And when we say guilty, we're talking about the sex trafficking charges, right? I mean, that's the big one.
That is the big one, but
see,
I need to figure out what exactly is being charged with because I could have sworn I saw they dropped 2 of the charges.
See, all right, well, pull that up. Pull up the charges that are still there if you can, Sabrina, so we make sure we know the exact stuff here.
All right.
We'll go over it. This one is just for funsies until we actually institute this on the website at some point in the next year or so.
I feel like once we have all the charges, we can hash it out. But I think sex trafficking, yes. Racketeering, no.
Okay, you say yes on the sex trafficking, and Sabrina says guilty. You say guilty. I say probably guilty on the sex trafficking because they're going to say, did he pay people for sex? The escort said that he did. Did he traffic them across lines, meaning that they just go from like one state to another state? If they could prove that, I think that's pretty easy. Racketeering, I'm with you, Sealand. I actually think the same thing. I think no on the racketeering. And you say no as well?
I say yes.
And Sabrina, you say yes. Sabrina says yes on both of the big ones at least.
So NorthJersey.com put this in a very confusing way, but said prosecutors indicated they were dropping some of their claims about Combs' alleged crimes, or criminal acts rather, ahead of the closing arguments. They removed instructions that related to attempted kidnapping, attempted arson, and aiding and abetting sex trafficking. According to news reports, they're going to focus on the forced labor and sex trafficking portions of the charge.
Okay, so sex trafficking and forced labor are the 2 ones that they're still pushing forward with?
I guess so.
All right. So, I mean, I think on both those, they'll probably get them then.
Yeah, the kidnapping and arson claims have been dropped.
Yeah, I mean, like, that stuff is more like rumor, hard to prove. And that's kind of a smart move on that behalf of a prosecution against a big superstar like Diddy, where you would go, hey, here's all the stuff we're going for. And then at the last minute, you're like, nope, let's just focus on these things. We think we've proven them in a court of law. Should you be able to do that? I don't know. That's another story altogether.
Do you think they proved forced labor?
It's hard for me to tell because I can only read what the dumb reporters are saying out of the courtroom.
The sex trafficking has to do with prostitution. Not your, I have a specific set of skills kind of sex trafficking, that kind of thing. It's just bringing prostitutes from one state to another.
Yeah.
But in the case of prostitution, they're paid, so it doesn't seem like forced labor to me.
That is kind of strange, but maybe they're implying, maybe they have to prove the force part.
So I'm going not guilty on forced labor.
Okay. All right. We'll put you down for that. Everybody, you can weigh in on what you think is going to happen because we're going to get this next week on the show. So we'll all get what the response to this is actually going to be next week on the show. Send your dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com. And I know a lot of people are like, blah, blah, who cares? But it will be interesting to see what happens. Diddy, and I know, like, if you're a Zoomer in particular, you might be like, who even is this guy? If you're a Zoomer, Diddy hasn't had any hits in your lifetime, barely, I don't think.
No, come on.
Yeah, buddy. On watching Love Island has been. I hate that I'm watching it, but it's been eye opening. Where these 20-somethings are like, one of them, I about fell off the couch and drank my whole bottle of Robitussin. One of them goes, I like listening to older music. Like I listen to oldies from the early 2000s.
No,
and I almost rolled off the couch.
That's a joke, right?
Fell on the ground and said,
he's like. Sick.
I listen to oldies, like I listen to real old music from the early 2000s. And I go, who are you? So to them, Diddy would be like mega classical music. This would be very,
Like
very
Beethoven.
old music.
Uh-huh.
It might as well be, right? Like, it might as well be like Elvis Presley or something. It's that far away and disconnected from them. But we'll see what you think. Let us know. Send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com or email us, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll see what you have to say. A lot of you are weighing in. People talking about this Bezos wedding. I don't really know why, but there's some of that coming in today. More importantly, what's that up in the sky? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? We'll find out what the hell that weird thing was together, and you'll know the story about this because it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
I've never even seen cocaine. I don't even know what it looks like. I just know it's powdery. I've never seen it.
Show them.
I'm like one of the. I got to be one of the only guys in this business that came through the '90s that never, ever even saw cocaine.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Hoping your ride on the major highways and roads of Orlando is a safe one happening right now. Northbound of the Turnpike after Scrub J Lane, a left lane is blocked. You're going to start to feel that after the Oakland Exchange exit and entrance. As a matter of fact, southbound also a shoulder is blocked after the Mineola Hancock Road exit. You're going to start to feel that delay. So overall, avoid the Turnpike if you can. Beside that, your usual delay eastbound on I-4 approaching 535. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. Starring John Fogerty, Bryan Adams, Sammy Hagar, Mariah Carey, Tim McGraw, Jelly Roll, Ed Sheeran, and more. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage, superstar performances, and once-in-a-lifetime artist moments you'll have to see to believe. Get your iHeartRadio Music Festival tickets now at AXS.com.
Eye Candy Energy Drink.
Enjoy Eye Candy Energy Drink at Rock Freedom and Fireworks, featuring Papa Wheelie, food trucks, vendors, and an awesome fireworks show. Saturday, June 28th, 5 to 9 p.m. at Ryder Park in Longwood. Taste the sweet life.
Eye Candy Energy Drink.
Download the new and improved free iHeartRadio app. Listen to thousands of radio stations anywhere you go. Plus features like the radio dial, podcasts, artist stations, and more. Powered by City Kia, Central Florida's favorite auto dealer.
Whoa, make that switch to City Kia.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Kia Center August 2nd and 3rd. Brought to you by BKT Tires, your local Ford dealers, and Morgan & Morgan.
Future health weight loss.
Want to lose 10 pounds by next month? You need to go to futurehealth.com for easy, fast, and affordable access to weight loss meds like Ozempic, Zepbound, and pill options if you don't like injections. A new report proves Future Health users get 58% better results than meds alone, and with fewer side effects. We know you'd rather lose 45 pounds easily and keep it off than only 30 pounds by yourself and gain it all back. The meds eliminate hunger and cravings, while Future Health handles the rest. Easy. Plus, the best part? You don't need insurance. It's all done online with their licensed clinicians and fast pharmacy deliveries. Take the 3-minute quiz at futurehealth.com, get approved, and start losing weight this week. Visit futurehealth.com. That's futurehealth.com. Future without the E.
Future health weight loss.
Data based on independent study sponsored by Future Health. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
See website for details. BillsHappen.com is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to BillsHappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
BillsHappen.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to BillsHappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
From iHeart Podcast. Before social media, before cable news, there was Alan Berg.
He was the first and the original shock jock.
That scratchy, irreverent kind of way of talking to people and telling them that you're an idiot and I'm going to hang up on you.
This is Live Wire, the loud life and shocking murder of Alan Berg.
And he pointed to the Denver phone book and said, well, there are probably 2 million suspects.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Live Wire, and listen now.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank, B-A-N-K, bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Home of the world famous Game of Magnets. This is the news.
Most people don't follow that real closely, but we'll give you like the whole overview of what they decided and how it can affect you and all the big drama around it with an attorney, our attorney, Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm, a little bit later on today. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Your feedback in real time can fire through to the email address. If you want to be anonymous, put that up on top. We'll get to some dispatches here in just a moment as well. One thing I did see coming out of the Supreme Court early was, and we'll talk to Mo about this, I guess, but the Supreme Court has now said that states can require age verification for online adult content. upholding a Texas law. So, like, all the states, including the state of Florida, the state of Texas, a bunch of states, where if you try to go to one of the main adult websites,
Georgia.
Not Georgia, many other states though.
How do you know that?
I just
VPN king.
read up on it a little bit.
Yeah, a little research he's done himself. But
Just saying,
these
like,
states,
if your NordVPN were to say run through Atlanta,
that'll fix the problems.
The Pornhub clears right up.
Does that mean you don't see the video of the woman in the chair who's like, "Hi, I'm not only the CEO of Pornhub, I'm all them," and then they go like, "Here's why you're not allowed to see any adult content right now." Well, the Supreme Court has said that states are allowed to do that.
It's kind of like the old days when you would adjust the antenna on the TV and that static just goes away and it's a nice clear picture, except that clear picture is a naked woman.
Yeah, right. Congratulations on that. If you need any help getting to the adult content and around the bands, email C-Lane, all right? He is the guy. He's going to help you out. He's going to get you all set up on that front. We have a lot to get to today on the show, and your feedback is among the things that we will talk about. As you can hear, I'm a little under the weather, and I can tell you this, and I mean this with all seriousness. Whether you love me or hate me, I say this with the most peace and the most love that I possibly can attach to a message. If you, in the next 2 months, hear somebody coughing around you, or somebody's like, "Oh, God, I'm not feeling good," run, all right? And you know me, if you've listened to me for the show being around for a long time, you listen to me talk about this kind of stuff. I don't care about all of this stuff. I'm not some masking person. I don't do any of those things. But I'm going to tell you, if somebody's next to you at the bar or you hear somebody in a restaurant and they're coughing in the next couple of months, run. The razor blade throat thing that's going around is a nightmare. Yeah, it's miserable.
Sounds like it. So you think for sure you got that vid?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't feel the need to take a test. Now I'm probably beyond any kind of I don't think I'll give it to anybody else. And Courtney, my lovely girlfriend, has survived all of this. My partner has survived the onslaught of germs around the house, had not gotten sick, but she has gotten vengeance on me because for the last 3 days or so, I was stuck on the couch. So like I told you, she keeps hearing from all of her friends. She goes to get her hair done this week, and she goes, all the women at the salon were incessantly talking about this damn show, Love Island. And I go, I can't do it. I can't. This is garbage.
I remember going home, and Nick was already watching it. I'm like, what is this crap?
Mm-hmm.
And there I am.
Everybody's
4
into
episodes in, and I'm still out loud screaming like, this is so dumb. Why is the baseball game lasting so long?
You're probably in the
watch
demo.
One more episode.
You're probably in the demo for this because they're going after Love Island's going after women
all
18.
Over my TikTok.
18 to 34. Are you still in that demo? You're still in that demo, right?
No.
Oh God, you're an
oldo. This year. Son of a bitch.
Oldo, just aged out into the next demo. And they still want you, but the main demo is women 18 to 34 that Love Island targets. And all these women are obsessed. And I keep seeing videos.
I'm sure Austin would be like, I'm into MILFs sometimes.
He watches that kind of stuff, though, just for different reasons. But
I like to meditate in the morning by bouncing up and down for 15 minutes.
I have to tell you, I hate this. I don't want to watch it. I don't want anything to do with it. But it is brought in like a tractor beam, every 18 to 34-year-old woman that is in your life, whether you know it or not. It's so bad. And then I keep seeing viral clips all over the internet. It'll be like a group of guys on poker night, and the guys are all hanging out, but instead of playing poker, they're all staring at the television.
Have you
Instagram, Twitter,
watching Love Island? And I'm going, no!
There's bars downtown having watch parties.
I know. This is for the dumbest reality show in the face of the history of reality television.
Have you seen the girl that sings to herself?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh,
is she good?
Going around.
She's gonna be a superstar.
It's not that she's good. It's just that she's in the getting ready room, but she's by herself, and she's just singing, and she's not singing a song.
Yeah,
she's improving.
Oh,
about how she's like her own best friend, and things are good, and she don't need to. Something. It's really funny.
Does it sound like the lady who sang the song to her cute little doggy? Does it sound like
it's sort of like that?
Like that old lady?
You're in demand, my little boo-boo. You're in demand,
singing to her dog.
my little berry babe.
See, that's a jam, and people like it. I don't know if this other lady's was, but it's bad. It's bad television, and I was stuck on the couch watching that. I say being forced, but I want to know what's going on. It's a viral thing. I want to know what's happening. And then Courtney picks a movie every night. We watch a movie, at least one, at the very end of the night. And we have our nowadays and just like kind of chill and watch a movie. But I don't know what's wrong with her. She picks some of the weirdest stuff. I've told you about some of the movies over the years that she has put on that I've been like, where do you find this? Where does this come from? Who is green lighting this stuff? She goes, I got a movie for tonight. This was a couple of nights ago. And I go, what's the movie? And she goes, it's called The Invisible Raptor. And I said, the Invisible Raptor? When do you want to bring up the IMDb for the plot line?
It would be an honor.
I mean, you can imagine where it's going, right? Like The Invisible Raptor. And I go, where did you find it? She go, I heard about it. It's a comedy, but also a horror.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. This is for 2024, mind you. This is not some throwback to ancient history. Well, the trailer says 2024, 2023, 2024, whatever. What do you have for the plot?
Top secret experiment goes wrong. A hyper-intelligent, invisible raptor escapes the lab and begins wreaking havoc in the surrounding neighborhood. Mm-hmm. When the creature's identity is uncovered, it soon becomes clear that a disgraced paleontologist, alongside his ex-girlfriend, an unhinged amusement park security guard, and a local celebrity chicken farmer, is the town's only hope for surviving the raptor's ravenous rampage.
That's it. Yeah, that's it right there. It's Jurassic Park, but they don't have the budget for the dinosaurs, so they're invisible.
70% tomato meter, 88% popcorn meter.
I got to tell you, it was a thing. It was a thing. It's a dinosaur movie, but the dinosaurs are too expensive to do on the screen. So the dinosaurs are all invisible. And people are like, oh my God. And, like reacting to the invisible dinosaur. Invisible Raptor. Somebody watch it this weekend. Report back. Tell me what you thought about that. I don't know what to make of it. It was something. I played the trailer for you, but I don't even know. Just look it up. The Invisible Raptor. You'll find out what this was. And I'm glad I watched it. I'll put it on the list of those classics like The Greasy Strangler and Butt Boy and The Invisible Raptor. And I don't know how anybody paid for this. Just a wild time. If you've seen it, let me know what you think. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and record your video or audio dispatch right now. All right, we're going to get into the next episode in just a moment. But in the sky, is it a bird? Is it a plane? What is it? What do we got going on up there in the air? And a lot of people were tuned in to something flying around. And they said it was not only a meteor from this week, but the meteor possibly hit a home in Georgia. I'm taking a look at one of the clips that I've seen of this real quick. And it's just a car driving down the highway. As the car is cruising, you see a fireball in the sky. And I'll show you real quick for those of you watching on YouTube and Twitch. It's just a huge fireball, broad daylight. You could see this thing just dropping down in the sky.
Whoa.
And now they're suggesting that on the other end of this was somebody's house. Like a meteor drops out of the sky and ends up hitting somebody's house. NASA says the meteor hit on June 26th of this week. It was going 30,000 miles per hour. So cooking. And ended up smashing into a house somewhere. The folks who are in charge of watching this stuff says it slipped through. Whoops, sorry, slipped through. But they're trying to trace down the address where this went down. I felt like this would be easy enough for them to locate. I don't know, the house that got hit with a giant space ball, that might be easy enough to track down. But maybe it's not as easy as I thought. Tell us what you think. And if you're in, where was it, Alabama? Let us know if you saw this sucker. Or Georgia.
I have it right here in my backyard.
Maybe you saw it. Yeah, you got it in your backyard. We want to talk to you right now. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
I'll tell you. What's coming up on the next episode? Sarah McLachlan is making headlines for her thoughts on her ASPCA commercial. 18 years and 18 million tears later. In case you and Ursher missed it, the White House posted a whole music video that implies Donnie is daddy. Plus, Vince Neil may have just got the OK Boomer crown of the quarter. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. And at 9, we all find out what the hell Angel is listening to tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Friday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And today we are expecting the return of some showers and storms, a few of which could be on the strong side. That's why today is a Fox 35 Weather Impact Day. The main impacts felt will include gusty winds, some heavy downpours, frequent lightning, and also some small pockets of hail. As we head into the weekend, we'll still hold on to elevated chances of rain with a 70% chance for both Saturday and Sunday, highs in the low 90s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Remember when you had a guy, someone who could fix anything? They're still out there at Batteries Plus with their quick solutions and expert advice on any batteries from cars to golf carts. Batteries Plus will have you in and out and on your way in no time. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
Greenway Kia is under new management, and we've got a whole new attitude. With 3 great locations across Metro Orlando and one of the area's largest selections, we truly want to see you in a Kia. Plus, we want your trade. Get up to $10,000 over Kelly Blue Book fair market value for any trade. Get your fast free appraisal online right now at greenwaykias.com. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Kia. From Greenway Kia, East Colonial, West Colonial, and 1792 North.
All factory rebates to dealer. Negative equity refinanced.
Man, I'm excited for the summer. Going to the beach, hanging out by the pool, barbecue, having drinks. But all of that is getting a little more expensive. That's where Sam's Club is coming to the rescue with locked-in summer values. Until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items. And that's from paper plates to trash bags, sunscreen, even apple pie. I have my cart. It's a total no-brainer to join Sam's Club because locked-in summer values can help you save on all those things you need to have a great summer. Go sign up for that membership and join Sam's Club today at samsclub.com/join.
Quitting tobacco is hard, but it's also hard to deal with a cough that won't go away and thinking it's lung cancer, or feeling your heart race after a walk and wondering if it's a heart attack, or telling your family you may not be around to see your next birthday.
Quitting tobacco is hard, but the consequences are even harder. Tobacco-Free Florida has free resources to help you stay smoke-free. You may be eligible to receive free nicotine patches, gum, or lozenges. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN now or visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Orlando Harley-Davidson Bike Night is 2 nights. Come party with us at the Orlando Harley-Davidson Historic Factory just off I-4 across from the mall at Millennia. Starting at 6 p.m., it's Orlando Harley-Davidson Bike Nights. For more details, visit OrlandoHarley.com.
What's up, fellas? Russ Rollins here. Get real testosterone prescribed by the doctors at Red Mountain Weight Loss. More men are suffering from low T than ever, thanks to stress, poor diet, and lifestyle. This is a serious health issue, but I tell you what, if you're feeling tired, you're feeling sluggish, you lose your mental focus all the time, if you're having trouble in the bedroom, you probably have low T. The solution is prescription strength testosterone because nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. Increasing your testosterone will give you more energy. I know. It'll help you build muscle mass. It'll help you sleep better. It improves your mental focus and it'll boost your sex drive. It's a complete game changer. Testosterone also helps you lose and maintain your proper weight. So go to the trusted leader in health solutions for men and women, Red Mountain Weight Loss. Their experienced medical team has helped people optimize their hormones for over 30 years now, and now they can help you too. Book your free video consultation with a licensed doctor today. Have low T? Start for free this month only at Red Mountain. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Ever feel like you're stepping into a deep fryer when you get into your car on a hot summer day?
Whoa!
Mother! Beat the heat with the WeatherTech Sunshade for your windshield. Custom fit for your specific vehicle, Sunshade blocks out the scorching sun and damaging UV rays to keep your interior cool, so your steering wheel and seats don't feel like a skillet. The WeatherTech Sunshade is a breeze to install, keeping your vehicle from feeling like an oven. Order your American-made Sunshade and hundreds of other premium products at WT.com.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ziprecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This is
Things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Excuse my voice, fighting off this miserable razor blade flu or whatever the hell's going around. Please do stay away from that as best you can. We want you on the show today and always. Send your video or audio dispatch over on the website. That's at thenewsjunkie.com. And over there, you can learn all about the show and dive in deep. You can see other people's dispatches that they sent in. A great community there, and always new features being deployed on the website at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
because there's a lot on TV. You can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Why are you getting offended? It's just a picture of my balls.
Nothing. Weather's true. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
Yeah, you missed that on the show
I
when you
did,
were out
huh?
6.
Wow.
Oops.
That
Smoke weed every
day. You was 60s.
Oh.
No, feel good. Hold up. But you are going to feel good when you work with that mortgage guy, Don. The next episode brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. And the Home Loans Radio Show. You can tune in every weekend, get your questions answered live on the air, or if you're ready to get the party started, go to the website. He has all the information for you. It's very easy to compare your quote or even apply to buy your first dream home. And just know that he's looking out for you. He has your back. And that's that mortgage guy, Don. Jingle time.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
30 years ago, 1995, a celebrity was caught in a parked car on the side of a street in Los Angeles with a prostitute.
Yes.
Her name, Divine Brown. His name,
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant.
Just can't with Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant.
talk about an earworm. You're welcome. Also, how is there no song about Hugh Grant? With his then girlfriend Elizabeth Hurley, but he did publicly face up to the situation 2 weeks later on an appearance with his Night Show and Jay Leno, asking him about the whole prostitute thing. Divine Brown. But who needs human prostitutes when you get fooled by spicy AI thirst traps on X/Twitter? And I'm talking about Vince Neil, baby. So embarrassing. I sent you the article. I think some people got some screenshots. But they seem to have noticed that Vince Neil has been engaging models on X.
Oh, no. Does he not know that people could see his posts or something?
I don't think so. And one of which many suspect is an AI-generated woman. Back in the 80s, Motley Crue used to send members of their crew out into the audience during the concerts to fetch the attractive ladies to go backstage. Fast forward to 2025, it seems like that's all just happening on X. But someone, for the love of God, tell Vince Neil he's talking to a robot. At least one woman has every appearance of being an AI porn bot.
Yeah, this is definitely AI. Yeah, this woman is definitely fake. Like,
can you put it on?
You could just tell. All right.
What is he saying to her?
100% when I see this photo, I'm like, that's not a real person.
No, not at all.
I mean, the AI didn't even try with the background.
No, the whole thing
make her
looks
8 feet tall.
I mean, some dummies will think that she's real for sure, but she said, "Can I DM you the nudie version?" ? And there he is in those replies. Yeah, he says. So hang on, let me.
Others
just
realized.
So you know.
Neil had not realized it was an AI generated image, so you can see as the comments keep going, he is not responding, but everyone's calling his ass.
No,
out.
Vince, just no. Vince, the old folks home is looking for you. Please return. Grandpa,
Vince,
that's not a real woman.
No, this account got to be hacked or something.
Nah, Boomer's on the net, man. Yeah, he doesn't understand, I don't think.
Listen, we all have a friend that responds to that. Frankie McDonald does it, you know?
Yeah. Only to voluptuous black women.
Yeah.
Frankie McDonald has a type.
That's why he's not in the comment section of this post. But, you know, we all have a friend that comments on.
It wasn't even
like
the only
that.
one, though. Like, this one was from this other fake person, deleting it 12 hours.
Emma Scott?
Well, whoever likes and says hi. Yeah, Emma Scott. I'll send a nudie in DM. And there's a photo of her that also looks
She
very
looks more
AI.
real than the first one
But
does.
he responded.
And he responded in this
an
one.
entire month after it was posted.
Hi, babe.
Oh, was it? Yeah, it was. It was a whole month afterwards.
Second, these two posts are the only replies Neil has sent on X in 2 years.
Damn, my guy.
Vince is
Yikes.
horny. A lot of the replies were met with one like this, all caps. Vince, stop gooning, lil bruh. Everyone can see it. It's AI, Vince. It's AI. So there you have it. Now back to
Yikes.
older people and their human love connections. Apparently, we have another golden bachelor who's also kind of a golden douche.
Oh, who's that?
His name is Mel Owen, 66 years old, and he has already claimed, I'll tell you a little bit about him, lawyer, former linebacker for the LA Rams, and it seems to be an asshole.
Why is he an asshole?
He doesn't want any contestants over 60 or anyone with artificial hips or wigs.
This is supposed to be golden. What?
This is not the Silver Bachelor. This is the Golden Bachelor.
Wait, no, hold on. What's the age range for the Golden Bachelor? Is there one? Is there like an age range that they usually use?
I think the youngest that first season was 4.
But I'm going to be real. They've stuffed a couple ladies in there that, like, there was no way those Mimas were going to be winning. They would have
but that
died
guy
during
was
sex.
Also very old, too.
He's what? How old did you say he was? 60-something?
The current one?
Yeah.
66.
He's 66, and what's the age range he wants?
He said, I told producers 45 to 60, just being honest. If they're 60 or over, I'm cutting them. He added, quote, this is not the Silver Bachelor, this is Golden Bachelor. They got to be fit because I stay in shape and work out and stuff. I told them to try to stay away from the artificial hips and the wigs. He technically had no say in who the producers choose, but they apparently told him they're going to be hot. Don't worry about it.
I think that's BS. I think when these people
I think he's
are
icky and gross.
I don't think there's anything wrong with what he said, but I think when these people are going to do these shows, I think they straight up tell the producers, like, here's what I'm into, and they pick people like that. Because otherwise, they're not going to be into the people that are in the mix. Like,
Or they pick the complete opposite because they're funny.
They might, and they might have some ones like American Idol where you got your what's his name,
William
the
Hung.
guy,
Big
William
William
Hung.
Hung
You know, you got some people who are in there to mix it up a little bit. But I don't think there's anything wrong with going like, here's what I dig, here's what I'm into. I think on the other hand, what was the low end of the bracket that he said? 45? I think most 45-year-old women are probably not interested in dating a 66-year-old. I would guess that most 45-year-old women find 66-year-old men to be too old and they're not interested.
I guess we'll have to see in this upcoming season of The Golden Bachelor. Sarah McLachlan, 18 years later, is commenting on her ASPCA commercial. She says it is painful to watch, and she agrees that she absolutely hates it, like all of us. She says it doesn't show her as the happy and optimistic person that she actually is. But there is a plus side. It has raised $30 million in a year.
That's pretty good.
And they keep using the same slow motion dogs and cats that are so dead now, 18 years
Let me guess.
later.
You like that song, don't you?
I love this song. Arms of the Angel?
No.
Oh, I will kill the vibe at karaoke.
You like
play that.
sad songs. You are like a big fan of really sad songs.
Yeah, I love a good harm. Those are the easiest to harm to.
Man, like Adele and then
Hello.
The Arms of the Angel. I admit that they're great songs and they're beautiful songs, but I'm not a fan of the sad songs.
Some of the sad songs are some of the best, man.
Thank you, C-Lane.
I'll
Like
back
what?
her up
Like
on
what?
that.
Like what?
All of John Mayer's best songs are sad.
Yeah,
Garbage.
slow dancing in a burning room. How many
Hell
times I cried
yes.
to that stuff?
Terrible. No. God, people
Oh,
want a happy
gravity.
song. You ever been to a concert where they're playing
Yes.
bangers and then all of a sudden they go, hang on, Sarah McLachlan would like to play Arms of an Angel live for you.
That's why I got the techno version, John.
That's weird.
For 5 cents a day.
That would work. What's everybody supposed to do? Just cry? The whole crowd is supposed to cry together?
Yeah.
I don't want. That was like when.
Then don't go to the concert.
Was it C-Lane or somebody said one time, they go, you know who's playing? Oh, there's a concert
Ben
coming
Folds.
up. It's Iron and Wine.
Oh, I'd go to
yeah,
Iron.
I'm totally
I
go to Iron
would
and
rather
Wine.
eat a
Definitely
handful
go
of
to that.
screws
Oh, I love
than
Iron
see
and Wine.
Iron and Wine live, as talented as they might be. It's just like,
you got the
oh,
wine part
God.
down.
Whew, that stuff is too sad for me. I want something like, I'm watching Invisible Raptor over here. You know what I mean?
Something sexy because the White House just posted an entire music video celebrating Trump's trip to the NATO summit.
All right.
Song in the background is Daddy's Home by Usher.
Yeah, they did call him a daddy out there, I guess.
Yeah, it all started when NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, Mark R, compared Trump to a daddy stepping in during a schoolyard fight. And this came after Trump dropped some profanity while talking about, the whole Israel and Iran conflict, the F word and stuff. So they're calling him daddy, using Usher's song. No word if Usher is aware of them using the whole daddy stuff. And
Probably
finally,
not.
I'll leave you with this. Brad Pitt says he missed the window to have a gay experience. So sorry about that.
You missed the window?
He missed the window.
I'm sure that
What's
there
the
would be-
window?
I'm sure there were some dudes
He
that
said he
would.
missed the window.
It's. I don't think all the gay guys have gotten together and called each other or done the text thread thing and said, "Guys, we don't want to bang Brad Pitt anymore."
What's the
He
gay
missed
window?
This is they.
Nice to meet you where you gay. I could show you and
He's been a sex symbol since 1994, and
Yeah.
Private Light obviously has gotten a lot of attention.
Same.
He's currently dating Swiss jewelry designer Ines de Ramon, who is 32
Right.
years old. And he was previously married, or she was previously married to a Vampire Diaries actor. But he's now spoken about never having a sexual experience with a man. He feels like it's too late for him. He reflected
That's
on being
rubbish.
called gay.
That is so. That's such a cop out.
Just say you're not
He
gay, dude.
reflected
It's
on
like,
being called gay and subjected to homophobic abuse when he was a child growing up in Missouri in the 1980s. He says, I've never had a gay experience. I missed that window.
I just
He
got a
told
text
Dak
from a gay
Shepard.
guy that says he hasn't missed my window.
He said, if I did, it wouldn't be you, Dak Shepard. They also spoke about their friendship and other boring stuff, but I am ready to
Oh, a
see.
second gay guy. Oh, my God. Oh, they're all coming out of the gay woodwork.
Yeah. So get your experiences in while you can. Much like the bears at Disney, because bears love watching bears.
gay bears and real bears.
Guests celebrate gay days at Magic Kingdom with Country Bear Musical Jamboree viewing. They say it's the most popular event, ride. You just sit
Nonsense,
there,
man.
and it's just a bunch of giant bear gay men watching those crusty 80s
Let
bears.
me tell you something. I've met a lot of gay men in my day.
Okay.
All right. Not a single one of them cared about that. None. Not one of them. No
There's
actual
pictures of them.
people.
There's pictures of them in the theater watching the bears. They love the bears.
Have you ever been to that show? Have you ever been and sat there and watched the stupid
When
animatronics
it's too
moving
hot,
around?
It's a great place to get cooled down.
And now the only difference is, besides singing some dumb old country song,
my God, here we go.
the Jamboree Bears or whatever they are, Country Bear Jamboree.
Celsius
Now it's
kicking in.
like, I came in like a wrecking ball. It's just the same thing but dumber. No, not the gays don't like it. I don't think the gay men like it. The Bears don't like it.
Well, you heard it here first, gays. I don't have time for the boob tube, so I hope you watch whatever you want. Follow your dreams. I'm me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Check out that fall, because that seems to be what I have to do in order to get any traction on IG. But there you go. Keep falling. I'll keep falling. And you follow your dreams with me on Instagram. Stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. Courtney liked your fall video. She said, "Oh, it was funny. That was fun."
I've been working on remixes. I have 3 that I'm going to post later.
Yeah.
Where I'm replacing a snare drum with me falling on my face.
That's good. I mean, people like that kind of stuff. People want to see people falling.
Get hurt, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 90% of the content. You watched America's Funniest Home Videos,
Absolutely.
for God's sake. Like, how much of that is somebody getting hit in the nuts with a golf club?
No, I'm glad it's doing well, and I'm glad the ring cam caught it.
Would you be willing to sacrifice yourself for more pain-related videos? Not to the death, but like to like some sort of hilarious calamity like that.
I mean, I would, but that whole back thing I was dealing with last year was very expensive.
I'm just saying we got a live show coming up. So there could be something where you put your life on the line.
I got time to stretch.
And you could, like at the event, you could go mega supernova viral at the live event next week. I think this could happen.
Is there a mentor or hospital?
They must have
Perfect.
one. Yeah. They're equipped.
Count me in.
They're good at this stuff. All right, we're gonna take a quick break.
They wouldn't
when we come
send
back.
us somewhere without a hospital.
Wait,
We've been to places without a hospital before.
would they? They might send us somewhere without a hospital. They might do that to us. But the people of Mount Dora, where we're going to be live next week, the show will be out on the streets for the first time in a very long time. Don't miss it.
On the streets.
Next week on the show. Okay, when we come back, we are going to do with Christopher Dolores Lane this week in Florida. What has happened in Florida in the last week? Well, if you haven't been paying attention, good news for you, summer friends. C-Lane's going to bring you the whole roundup, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hoping your ride in Orlando is a safe one right now. Several delays, including the Turnpike northbound. Although that incident has cleared, you're still going to feel a delay between Colonial Drive and after the Mineola Hancock Road exit. Southbound after the Mineola Hancock Road exit, a shoulder is still blocked, causing a delay, as well as southbound after exit 242 towards US 441. You're going to feel that before exit 244, the Kissimmee exit. Also, a Popka Vineland southbound at I-Drive, all lanes are closed. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you want the lowest price. With their lowest price guarantee, if you find a qualifying lower price on the same item, they'll match it. Price match applies to same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how they'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Imagine yourself winning $1,000 this summer. Would you do a beach weekend? Upgrade your phone? Commission a custom portrait of yourself. Hey, we're not here to judge. We are here to give you that chance to get $1,000 in your hand. 13 times each weekday. Your keyword, enter website, answer phone. We are the best at this, and you are in the right place. Real Radio 104.1. This national contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
Eye Candy Energy Drink.
Enjoy Eye Candy Energy Drink at Rock Freedom and Fireworks, featuring Papa Wheelie, food trucks, vendors, and an awesome fireworks show. Saturday, June 28th, 5 to 9 p.m. at Ryder Park in Longwood. Taste the sweet life.
Eye Candy Energy Drink.
Buy one, get two free at Pyro Spot Fireworks. That's right, you can shop Florida's largest selection.
As I was saying, I can't talk too much today because I don't want to completely kill my voice. But a couple of things we should address. Number one, kind of chill today on the show. I'm going to rest for the weekend. full speed ahead on Monday. We'll give you some fireworks next week, literally and figuratively, and we have a live show on Thursday. Thanks to everybody for chilling while I was gone. C-Lane did a great job, didn't he? How about this guy? He did a great job. It's so nice to be able to take a day off and know that somebody can host the show and that like everything is still good and moves along. That's been a tough thing for a long time, and it's been why I haven't been able to take that many days. Honestly, I haven't been able to take vacations and stuff like I want to. 2, you guys say something's going on with the names in chat? That is not us. That's a YouTube thing, I think. What's happening? Is it showing like you're a different username than it's supposed to? What's going on in the chat? This Week in Florida coming up in just a moment. Oh, kiss my ass. Hang on. It's putting numbers. It's a YouTube thing. I don't know why it's doing that. It's putting numbers after everybody's names. It's showing my medical records. It's email addresses. I don't know what it's doing, but we have not made any changes on that end. Okay, I'll look into it. Hello? No. Thank you, Jason. This is a cyber attack from Iran, maybe. Hello, Lee. Hello, Karen. Now, why is it showing for some people but not for other people? Like, Lee doesn't have that problem. It's turned them into the YouTube account names. I think we can fix it in a YouTube setting. If that's a new setting, email me what is going on, but I can't really fix it till after the show, all right? You guys want to talk about politics today? Oh, you want to fight about politics? $90 seconds. Okay. Don't instigate them? They're going to be instigated no matter what. Gargle whiskey and honey. Good advice, Karen. Thank you. I'm just trying to hobble through today and not blow anything out too much. But thank you guys. No politics? Maybe politics. Right? All right, hang tight.
Law firm. Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-414-7272. That's 800-414-7272. 800-414-7272.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is here. Hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more, all for $6 and under.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. B-O-N-U-S. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Through, bringing you into the weekend, and appreciate you hanging out with us. The show's called The News Junkie, and you can learn more over on the website. It's, of course, myself, Sean Wasson, and Sabrina and C-Lane hanging out. C-Lane is going to be doing the segment du jour, This Week in Florida. Yeah. This Week in Florida, coming up in just a moment on the show.
We were just briefly discussing the content of This Week in Florida, and Sabrina walked in
on a perfect time.
Really good time.
But look, it's your career, man. Do whatever you want. But you're asking, like, can this be done? And I go, I don't know. I don't know about saying that. I think I might say this, or I might say this, and you're like, this is worse than this. And I'm like, well,
let's give it a go.
Then this is the This Week in Florida that just completely burns the whole thing down, which perfect timing, right? Might as well, I guess. Are you ready to give it a shot?
Let's do it, Sean.
All right, here we go. Let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. The weekend is here. It's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State and see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. And we start with a little update on a story we talked about during the week, because there was some texting going on in an airplane by one Mr. Matt Gaetz.
Oh yeah,
so good, so
and
good.
just a fun back and forth from the mother. If anybody, this reference isn't going to hit a lot of people. It's definitely not going to hit Sean. But if anybody has watched Andor, it seems like Matt Gaetz' mother is like the overbearing mother of the dude that works for the Empire that just like can never make mom happy.
True. I agree. Yeah.
Oh, good. So I thought you had watched Andor. Yeah.
This was about, if you're not initiated, Matt Gaetz, the former politician. Not sure what he's doing now, but he was on a plane.
He's got his own TV show.
Yeah.
And he had a bunch of text messages to like his mom or something. And the person behind him on the plane was taking snapshots of these text messages where he was talking about a lot of like government stuff. And
one of the
I have a question after this, but I'll ask afterwards.
So one of the things that I guess that whole story and that leaking out kind of ruined for the Gaetz family was I don't think a whole lot of people knew that Matt Gaetz' wife was pregnant. So her birth announcement had to be a little bit rushed. And
I think it was alongside him with the $500,000 in his bank, two condos.
Exactly, and a son on the way. And
congratulations.
She tweeted the birth announcement, Baby Gaetz coming 2025, with a picture of her next to the ultrasound. And it was a couple hours after this whole thing went viral and blew up. But sorry, Ginger Gaetz. You'll maybe the next one you can get the scoop on.
Quick question.
Okay.
Is there something that a person, whether you're like a famous politician that people might hate or love or whatever, or a celebrity or something, can you get something on your phone so people can't do that? Or is it just like, hey, maybe if you're in public, you shouldn't be checking your text messages?
At least with not that size font. But there is screens that you can
privacy
put on
screen.
your phone, and you cannot look unless it's like directly in front of you.
Let's say I'm on a plane, Sabrina's in the row behind me, and I got my phone out. There's something I could get on my phone that would make it so you wouldn't be able to see it from behind me?
Yes.
Really?
Kind of. Most privacy screens work in such a way. Remember, you would have those little stickers that if you turned it one way, you saw one thing, and you turned it the other way, the image was different?
Yeah.
I think a lot of the privacy screens work where at an angle, it's like dark, like so dark that you can't read it.
Really?
But you have to be looking dead on. They used to have those at when I went to Valencia. Some of the offices that people worked at had those screens over their computer screens, so we couldn't see privileged student information or something like that. There were a lot of comments about the Matt Gaetz story on the plane, saying like, "I guess he's going to have to invest in a privacy screen." And like Sabrina has pointed out, maybe he could just make that font a little bit smaller. because that guy can't
that's Max
see.
Font.
That is old people font right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Sometimes people probably think, they see a pharmacy and go, it'd be cool to own a pharmacy, right? You would just have all kinds of drugs if you had your own pharmacy. That, I believe, was the inspiration behind this family, Stephen Burklow and his wife, Monique, and daughter, Lakin, all arrested. The FDLE announced details Tuesday of what led to the re-arrest of the owners of Pace Pharmacy in Pace, Florida, where news reported that the couple were arrested for their role in an alleged illegal drug scheme. They were booked into jail on new drug possession charges, and Stephen, the father, was also charged with fraud. This list of drugs that they were caught with is huge. 2 full pages, all kinds of stuff where they're calling it like a modern pill mill scheme. Damn. And so they and one of them's awaiting trial on murder charges. So somebody died because of this, but there's all kinds of stuff like sodomite. That sounds.
What?
Sodomite?
Lacosamide, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sodomite.
That sounded like something you don't get at a pharmacy.
Right.
Lorazepam, a bunch of that, all kinds of...
I'll take 2 the sodomites, please,
okay.
if you don't mind.
We could find somebody. I got a couple people texting me about Brad Pitt. They might know about you, too. There was a driver. This guy, surprisingly, not the father of the day. Not the father of the day.
Not the father of the day.
The father of the day gets worse, if you could believe it. But a man has been arrested after reportedly speeding on the highway, tailgating other drivers, and using Snapchat with a baby in the backseat of his vehicle.
Son of a bitch.
Florida Highway Patrol pulled over a 29-year-old man and said they discovered he was traveling at 115 miles an hour. Charles Wheeler of Arcadia was booked into jail on charges of reckless driving and child neglect. Which is weird. It should be child endangerment, wouldn't it? Because he didn't.
Oh, he forgot that baby was behind in the back seat.
If he walked out of the car, that would be neglect. But I would say endangerment.
If you're going 115 miles an hour, you're very likely to kill yourself in an accident. If you got a child
that baby's
young,
flying through the window.
Yeah, this is toast, man. It's over with.
It's not immediately clear if he has legal representation. They say he nearly crashed while dodging a mattress in the road. And deputies alleged he played vulgar music from his phone following his arrest. As one trooper discovered a Snapchat video on his phone with the caption, "Good vibes only," and a speedometer filter reading at 110 miles an hour. Are those filters accurate? Like you could just put a speed... Doesn't that seem dangerous to have the speedometer filter?
One of the first Snapchat features, I remember.
It was.
Using that.
The filter?
Yeah.
With the speedometer?
Sabrina's right. And it was controversial at the time.
Well, this guy's...
I also felt like an idiot when I tried to run and use that.
Michael Scott style. The guy's bond was set at $3,500, $1,000 for the reckless and $2,500 for the child neglect charge. Although I still think that should be endangerment. Over to Polk County in Fort Meade, a deputy is off the force after investigators say he was in the middle of a traffic stop and took cash out of a driver's wallet. 2 other deputies who had arrived as backup said they saw Register, this is the name of the cop, Deputy Justin Register, put the driver's wallet and phone in the trunk of his patrol car, then
Stole cash, last name Register.
Yeah.
Got it.
Turn to the trunk and take $82 out of the wallet, at which point the driver clearly said, "Give me back my cash, Register." Some guy who's in Maine right now started in Florida, and it took him 6 months to walk there.
Okay.
Seems like there could have been a better way.
Did he do this with a goal, or did he really just want to get from one place to another?
He completed an extraordinary journey, it says, walking north from Key Largo on January 1st, and this month, nearly 6 months later, reaching his final destination in Fort Kent, Maine. Through hiking is the act of hiking an established long-distance trail from end to end without breaks. Doug Foos, Foos, is a seasoned through hiker, and he spent the last 6 months on foot, carrying only the essentials to complete his hike from Key Largo to Fort Kent. That sounds
fun.
Boring.
Yeah, I'm never going to do that myself.
Not fun at all. In Broward County, a convenience store clerk is facing an aggravated battery charge after deputies say he shot a customer at a gas station.
Can't do that.
You're not supposed to. According to the arrest report, when the customer threw an unknown small object at Abdullah Monther, That's his name, Monster. And I know it sounds like I'm having trouble saying monster.
It's a big old monster.
The Monster. He described possibly a piece of paper. The clerk took out a gun from under the counter and shot the man in the right calf muscle. He called the wounded customer a PSN and followed him around with a gun.
PSN?
That's French for
PSN. I'm trying to put this together. Am I saying something really offensive right now? Oh, yeah, you can't say that.
No. Said they were having a spat over the price of beer. A man learned the hard way when he was told there would be consequences. There were consequences. A man allegedly assaulted, robbed, and kidnapped his former business partner after threatening him that something like this could take place. Alberto Ituri is behind bars in Palm Beach County after police charged him with 6 felonies: armed kidnapping, robbery with a firearm, and aggravated battery. Among them, his alleged victim is a childhood friend and former business partner who told police that Ituri ambushed him in the car outside a Lifetime gym location in Boca Raton in early June. According to the probable cause statement, Marcus told police that he tased him and robbed him after reportedly telling him, "You cannot afford to not pay me." Now, on to the father of the day.
Father of the day.
This one is a particularly scummy father. A man.
Well, he has to be to beat the guy going 100 and something miles an hour with a kid, with a toddler or whatever.
Well, this one still had involved a kid, a young son, and it did involve a vehicle. A man is accused of leaving his young son in a truck for hours while he went to the barber shop for a trim and then out for drinks at a bar. And then after they found out that the kid was in the car and ended up dying, Scott Allen Gardner, 33 years old of Volusia County, went back to the bar.
Picked up his mom.
For more drinks.
And went back to the bar.
He's being held at
something
Volusia County Jail without bond. His 18-month-old son, Sebastian, was left in a truck for more than 3 hours.
Did his mom know that the kid was dead?
I mean, did mom ask where the kid was? Who knows?
My God.
It was unreal, and I'd say play the press conference with the sheriff, but he cursed so much.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of cursing.
Everybody's cursing.
Chitwood, yeah.
Cursing used to be like, you never heard cursing on television. This week alone, we got the president dropping the F-bomb. The sheriffs are out there cursing. Everybody curses now.
Yeah.
It's good news for me and my T-word.
The quote from Sheriff Chitwood was, "This father is a human piece of garbage, and he's a lying sack of S."
Damn.
I don't think there's a penalty on this earth that could ever fit for the crime that was committed here. It absolutely shocks the conscience, end quote. So that is why the previous person did not bear the rank of father of the day.
I understand. Yeah, I get it.
Now, Florida man who drove through a restaurant to charge his EV caught a different kind of charge, they say. This guy in Hobe Sound said he drove his electric car through a popular Palm Beach County restaurant to charge up his car at the bar, and now he's facing criminal charges. Can you just, I mean, I guess you could plug in a car inside the bar. It just...
Some people might take issue with that.
Most people,
excuse me.
Most people do their
mind,
phones.
I need that outlet.
You just pull up to an Applebee's and walk in with the cord and just try to find a place to plug in your car. They might take issue with it.
And last but not least, to close out this week in Florida, let's play What's in Those Lady Parts? Sean was really worried about how that was going to end because I had multiple not safe for our work ways of saying that.
What, like hole?
He was going to say,
I'm good.
Don't be a wussy. Let's find out what was inside that. It's going to...
you know the catch. What's in that? So what's the game, C-Lane?
Is your baseball player bunt? Let's find out what's in there.
We all.
A woman was arrested after several.
What's that you say, Joel? We're going to find out what she put inside her.
A Florida woman was recently arrested after several syringes and fentanyl were found, quote, inside her person, end quote.
Several syringes?
Several syringes and fentanyl. Jessica
that just
Reno.
gave me a pain.
Jessica Reno stands accused of myriad crimes, including smuggling a controlled substance and possession of fentanyl. According to the Flagler County Sheriff's Office, the underlying incident was not drug-related at all. Far from it. She was pulled over for a mismatched license plate.
Dumbass.
Allegedly assigned to a Ford car, but affixed to the defendant's Chevrolet pickup truck and the driver's side seatbelt dangling near the door. And last but not least, in What's in Those Lady Parts?
What's in those lady parts?
A woman who was in the back of a police cruiser, already handcuffed, opened fire on a deputy with a gun that she retrieved from her person.
No way.
That's a kill,
Absolutely.
Nana.
A Marion County Sheriff's Office said Monday at 10 a.m. Rena Hardin was arrested on multiple charges after a traffic stop. She was put in the backseat of a deputy's patrol car to take her to jail. While they're on their way to jail, she was still handcuffed, managed to retrieve a concealed firearm from her pants.
Was it a revolver or a 9 muffimeter?
It was probably the latter. Opened fire at the deputy's head. Though now she's got attempted murder on her charge list, and it could have been just the whole traffic stop thing. That's it, friends, for this week in Florida.
Thank you, C-Lane.
We
Is
should
that how
play that
ladies
game
duel?
again.
Is that
Just lift one leg and...
I think South Park had an episode where there was a gun.
That was a snook. No, it was Hillary Clinton had a snook.
All right, scoot down, and open.
Just shooting. Quick question. When we talk about the story toward the beginning of This Week in Florida there, Matt Gaetz on the cell phone with like the private messages and stuff, and people overlooking at what's on your phone. Have you guys ever in public seen somebody looking at their phone and peered over and seen something that you weren't supposed to see?
Absolutely.
Not what I wasn't supposed to see, but I've definitely peered over. I thought it was going to be juicy, but no. I didn't really get
was
much.
it? I've had things that were juicy. I've had things that were like, I looked at recently. You know what? We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with this because I got to tell you about something I just saw somebody on their phone in public with tons of people around them. And I go, what is this maniac doing? Just flashing this around. And I'm sure you guys have seen some stuff like that as well. We'll get to that. We got a whole lot more to touch on. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Wishing you a safe ride on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Right now, still a heavy delay southbound on the turnpike due to an incident near the Mineola Hancock Road entrance and exit. You're going to feel that delay approaching Colonial Drive from 2 exits before. Right now, also southbound approaching the US 192 St. Cloud exit on the turnpike. You're going to feel a delay due to an incident, but we are finally clear on the 408. No issues on the Greenway. And I-4 Easton westbound is also incident-free. Our Valvoline instant oil change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Remember when...
Oh my God. Sorry. Folks, question for you. Gotta keep it cool today. Question for you. What is the most bizarre, strange, uncomfortable thing you've seen somebody pull up on their phone around you? Like some stranger, some person pulls up something on their phone and you're like, oh my God. What have you seen somebody pull up on their phone like that? Because I've got a couple of them when we come back. I'll check on the YouTube username situation after the show. Thank you for your punishment. Thank you for your punishment. Your patience. Sean, if you eat a banana, it'll help the sore throat and calm down the tickle in your throat. Ancient trick, it works. Okay, feel free to ban whoever this person is. I always find it a bit much that people are having FaceTime calls. True. The silent coda says, when I worked for Spectrum, I had a trouble call at an older lady's home and had to check her computer. Her email was open and there was someone writing back to her. All I caught was, I can't wait to bury my C word in your ass again before I quickly minimize the window. Yikes! I'm not falling for the banana trick. Thank you for all the advice. I'm just going to take it real easy. Just get through the show today. Get to 3 p.m. And then tomorrow, chill. Dropped a couple pounds, though, on account of the cold. So I got that going for me. Thank God. Two minutes. Clint says, glad you're back, Sean. Finally some control around here. What did I miss? What happened? Was it getting crazy? Jesus. Easiest way to lose weight is to get sick? True. Very true. Losing weight is the only reason I want a cold? Yeah, I mean, it's been the only benefit for me, too. That and watching The Invisible Raptor. Those are the two. The fascists were emboldened while you were away? Well, thank God. Finally. We might as well let the fascists and the communists run wild. Why not, right? Just go to war. Okay, we're coming back. It was anarchy? I mean, anarchy's good every once in a while, isn't it? I would think so. Let's come back. I'm going to tell you about something I just saw a guy on his phone doing. I want to see if this has happened to you, so let's talk about it.
414-7272. That's.
Hey guys, I didn't forget about you on Dull Mike here. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. All right. All right, we're coming back. Love you.
Telling them that you're an idiot and I'm going to hang up on you.
This is Live Wire, the loud life and shocking murder of Alan Berg.
And he pointed to the Denver phone book and said, well, there are probably 2 million suspects.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Live Wire, and listen now.
Do you have AC needs?
Excellent.
Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. B-O-N-U-S. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Radio.
it's important to you, it's on, and probably being mocked by.
Lots of emails rolling in today. Hope to hear yours very soon. Just fire one off. It doesn't take very long. Text-to-speech is okay. Sometimes it's garbled, but we'll get the message. If you want to be anonymous, put it on top of your email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Shonda says to tips@thenewsjunkie.com, I am recovering from whatever illness that I had last week. I lost my voice for days. My throat burned like hell. I was very fatigued. I lost my sense of smell for a day. So the doctor diagnosed me with a sinus infection.
Oh, without a sense of smell.
I took the antibiotics and got better, told to return to work. Now my husband has a sore throat and lost his voice. No way he could have caught a sinus infection. That's not contagious. What the hell is going around?
Did you guys do some tongue kissing?
Me and Shonda? No, nothing I know of.
Tonsil? No, her and her husband.
Erna, maybe. I don't know. Razor blade throat disease is what she's calling it. It's bad. Whatever it is, duck down, man. It was 10 times worse than when I actually got COVID that one time, and I didn't even notice.
You only had it once?
It was bad. Once at least. I don't know. Never was bad for me, though, but this was for real.
Like 4.
This was when I actually
test?
suffered. I mean, I don't test, but like when I did at the beginning, I at least once or twice got COVID, and it was nothing. And then this was like a whole different whammy for me. But we were talking about the story this week about Matt Gaetz on a plane and on his phone. He's sending this text message. It was supposed to be private between him and his mom. Somebody takes a picture of it and they send it around online. And I got into the stuff that maybe you've seen somebody pull up on their phone in public. And I'm always amazed at what people will do and put up on their phone screen in public that other people can see. And I'm really careful about this personally. I would never bring up a text message conversation on a flight if I thought somebody else could read it, if there was anything personal in there at all. But not too long ago, I'm at a place and there's a huge crowd of people. There's maybe 100 people in this place. All right.
Party
and
time.
this guy in front of me, there's some downtime, and the guy in front of me pulls out his phone. And and I can't help but I'm just waiting. So I'm looking at the guy in the row behind him, and I can't help but just see the screen on his phone. So it's right, and I can see everything that's going on his phone. And at first he brings up some app, and he's like watching a couple of videos, and I go, okay, whatever, watch your videos in public, no big deal. It's all mundane stuff. And then the guy proceeds to fire up his banking app.
Ooh.
And he launches
I love that.
And how's he doing?
He launches his Bank of America app, right? And it's full screen on his phone. And I see him go, and he goes to the balance screen, and it says $26.15.
Oh, that's rough. That makes you want to throw him some money.
Yeah, like I felt bad. And this guy was in a theme park at the time. So he's surrounded by people. And I'm like, buddy, like, you got to get some money here. And I go, well, it's probably like one of his accounts where he doesn't have as much money, and he's kind of keeping track of this. And so he fires up another banking app on his phone, and he looks, and it says $87.60.
Oh, my
I'm like,
God.
buddy, you should probably just leave the theme park right now. He's got 4 kids with him. He had 4 kids.
And he apparently drained his bank accounts to get them there.
He's done for. He's going into debt. He's got nothing in his bank account.
Man,
and I'm like,
if only
what kind
I had thought of this when I had all that T-shirt money in my bank account. I just could have gone around in public, bank account open. What's up?
There's a great scene from Broad City. Steve Buscemi is a guest star, and he's robbing a convenience store. And goes up to the girls like, give me your purse, and now let's go to the ATM, and I'm taking your cash. And then she opens it up, kind of same story, $26. And he's like, this is all you have? You don't have a savings account? You need to start putting money aside, and gives her a lesson on finances.
I wanted to do that.
You need a Roth IRA. What are you thinking?
Like, you guys wouldn't, Sabrina Sealand, you guys would not fire up your banking app in public with people around you and look at your bank balance, right?
I would be cognizant of what's around me. Like I would be like kind of looking around, making sure, sometimes when I pull up stuff like that, I lower the brightness on my phone screen.
I would go to the bathroom. Would you do that in public, Sabrina? Like just pull up your bank account and see what the balance is?
No, I mean, I have been in a public place, but I ensure that no one's looking. My brightness is all the way down.
That's crazy.
I definitely wouldn't pull up my
being
bank.
honest.
I wouldn't pull up my bank balance at the same time as my wife is next to me pulling up her bank balance because I don't want to be embarrassed.
Or
just humiliated.
Unless you want her to pick up the tab, you're like, oh, sure is
Where's
sad
that
over here.
joint bank account we promised each other during the vows?
I have always thought like that kind of thing is something you don't want to pull up around other people, or like a text message. Especially if somebody's over your shoulder or something. It's like real close to you where they could read it.
And if you have giant font.
Yeah, like it's your big old zoomed in font. And if you're a public figure to boot, all of us, if we might be out somewhere in public, God knows people will overhear conversations. When I'm talking smack about the two of you, I will literally use other names for you in public.
Ooh, what's mine?
Jebediah and Samantha. And like I'll be like, oh, Samantha
So
was being
creative.
a real you-know-what this week. And
Samantha.
The plot
you need
twist
to
is
change
I'm
that.
Samantha.
Yeah. I'm Samantha.
No, but you're like, you know what I mean? If you're a public figure, like obviously you would think people might notice you and be more aware of what you're doing on your phone and look at that stuff. But it seems like it's very common.
I think about that kind of stuff too. I have not made fake names for you guys, but there was a Uber ride to the airport where the show started to come up, and then like some inside information started to come up, and I kind of changed the subject because I saw that the Uber driver had like an Orlando City like shirt or hat or something. He had some gear, and I was like, "This is an Orlando person. This is not just some random Uber driver."
Folks, just so you know, if you're listening in another city, we're way more famous where we're based out of here in Orlando. Like we're mega stars around here.
Statues.
A couple minutes later, the guy was like, "Are you C-Lane?"
Oh no!
I'm
So you don't want to
Samantha.
do that. So if you have seen somebody on their cell phone in public and you've seen them with something embarrassing up on their phone, I want to know. I want to know what that experience was like. What did you see? How far did they go? I also saw in line for a ride. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show before. I think I might have. We were in line for the Harry Potter ride at Universal Studios.
The boy
And there
who
were
lived
these-
comes to die.
I don't even know if Courtney saw it, but there were these girls in front of us, and they were young. Like, I was worried about that part, too. And these girls in front of us are on their phones. Maybe they're 20 or 21. Maybe they might have been drinking. I don't remember. And one of them brings up Snapchat and starts opening Snapchats, and some dude has sent, like, a nude video of him, like, with himself.
Fiddling the flesh flute.
And she goes, "Oh my God!" And she starts showing her two friends, and I'm like, "Oh my, what people will bring up on their phones in public with all these other people around is crazy to me."
Stop
I
looking at other
understand
people's
it.
phones, Sean.
It's not. I don't think it's like eavesdropping. Like I'm just existing in the world, and if somebody's phone is out in front of me, I'll just look out of curiosity or something. But I'm not even trying to look. It just it happens, and it's so wild to me. Let me know if this has ever happened to you. Do that over at thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch. Record your video audio dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Big thanks to Space Coast Native for the 3 gifted subs to Secret Shows. Go check those out. Gobble them up while you can over on thenewsjunkie.com. People talking about the sheriff's thing that we started with today. Anonymous says, please explain to me why the local news channels decided to break into all 3 major networks, world news, to show some piece of S sheriff getting out of jail, going on for over 10 minutes like the world had ended. So wrong. Thank you. Some people apparently think the sheriff story is like a really major story. I think it's run-of-the-mill corruption in law enforcement. Corruption is fairly commonplace in law enforcement. We need to root it out wherever we can. There's good cops out there, but there's a lot of corrupt ones too. And even the good ones will want us to weed out the corruption. I like the person saying, why don't you say more about this? What are you scared about it? I just thought it's a story that you talk about and then you're done. There's not a lot like to really dwell on. It seems like this guy is accused of doing some stuff that he shouldn't do. He's a sheriff. He should be held to a pretty high standard. And
How does it feel to be other side of the perp walk?
I love that. I love that. The video of him doing the perp walk thing, I can't get enough of. If you missed that earlier, I'll bring it up here real quick. That I dug. I thought it was fun. But like spending an extended amount of time talking about it and breaking into, local news coverage, I don't know. I don't think it's that big. It's more of a just hit and
Sheriff
go.
Lopez, do you agree with the accusations?
Everybody
Sheriff Lopez, do you agree with the charges? Sheriff Lopez, do you agree with the accusations? Sheriff Lopez, how does it feel to be on the other side of the perp walk? How does it feel, Sheriff? What is your message, Sheriff?
They were putting their work
every
in.
time,
screaming at that sheriff. And by the way, if you don't know, apparently he was involved in some gambling stuff, some corruption.
Like
Good, get
$20
him.
million.
Yeah. And if he did, throw the book at him. Go for it. Do it. But I don't think it's like there's so many big stories out there. I don't know if this is one that people are really on the street corner yapping about it as much as this would imply. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, jury duty. I know our friend Mo DeWitt is going to be dropping by momentarily.
Yeah.
We're going to go over, there's been a bunch of Supreme Court cases judged today. So I want to check in with him and see what his thoughts are on this and how it might impact you and how this is in some big stories moving forward. We'll do that and a whole lot more. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
It's literally a short walk. What the hell is wrong with you? Stop being so damn weird. Please.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Fairwinds Credit Union.
The Magic making a move last night, trading 4 second-round picks to the Celtics to move up in round 2 of the NBA draft. With that 32nd overall pick, the Magic grabbed French forward Noah Penda. Baseball, both the Marlins and the Rays complete series sweeps. The Marlins getting it done, thumping the Giants, while the Rays blank the Royals. And the puck drops on the NHL draft tonight. The champion Panthers and the Lightning do not have a first-round pick. I'm Matt McCord.
Fairwinds Credit Union. Whether you need personal or business accounts to help you reach your goals, they've got you covered. Visit fairwinds.org to join their community of financial freedom seekers today. Financial freedom happens here. Federally insured by NCUA.
Delta Airlines doesn't just help you see the world, they help you embrace it. Delta's dedicated teams make your travel experience extraordinary, anticipating your every need with genuine care throughout your journey. The app puts you in total control, and with fast, free Delta Sync Wi-Fi, you can stay connected to what matters most. So flight time feels more like me time. With exclusive partnerships and SkyMiles rewards, every part of the Delta experience is designed to make the journey as enjoyable as the destination.
Introducing a completely reimagined Dick's and an all-new Golf Galaxy Performance Center. 2 sports destinations unlike any other, with an expanded assortment of the latest styles, the best gear to improve your game, and interactive experiences. Perfect your swing in our TrackMan golf simulators. Plus, discover expert services. Welcome to your new Dick's and Golf Galaxy Performance Center. Grand opening weekend, June 27th through 29th at Plaza Colina.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
We're hosting a pet rock adoption telethon.
Pet rocks?
The internet says they're endangered.
Rocks are everywhere.
You know what's everywhere?
Frank Gay is everywhere. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have AC problems, you need help now. One of our licensed and certified technicians can have your AC blowing cold air in no time. That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
To everyone who believes a good meal can always be made even better.
Hang on, my microphone. You broke the Apple remote.
I washed it.
Where's it at? Is it waterlogged?
No, it's just.
Why would you put the Apple remote in the washer?
It was in the sheets.
Why would you not check the sheets?
I normally do.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
And now the Apple remote's broken.
I didn't put it in the dryer. I felt it before I put it in the dryer. Or should I put it in the dryer?
No, don't put it in the dryer. No, that's gonna be worse. Okay.
Alright.
Try not to break anything.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. What a lunatic.
You're a lunatic.
You're a lunatic.
Folks, what do we think about the Supreme Court rulings? Anything catching your eyes? The Supreme Court rulings? You excited? You angry? You happy? You celebrating? Depressed? Suicidal? Two minutes, and we're coming back. And I don't see him. He's not on the grid yet. But Mo is supposedly coming in soon. So we can ask him about all this Supreme Court stuff. But I don't know how much it's on everybody's radar. It's just like sometimes only very political people care about the Supreme Court stuff. And the Supreme Court stuff is very important, obviously. So just want to see what everybody thinks. Still no Mo on the grid. All right, let's see what happens. Let's do jury duty. How long was that segment till? 8? What should we do here? Maybe another 8? Is Mo not there? Excellent, excellent. Mo's here, everybody. Come on, here we go.
47272. 800-414-7272.
You've got an app for your music, but what about your favorite morning show, sports team, or live local news and weather?
Things start to change.
Yep, there's an app for all that too. iHeartRadio. Download the #1 app for radio. The free iHeartRadio app.
Remember when you had a guy, someone who could fix anything? They're still out there at Batteries Plus with their quick solutions and expert advice on any batteries from cars to golf carts. Batteries Plus will have you in and out and on your way in no time. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
New Year's resolution is to sell your home? Get a guaranteed cash offer today at thenicklygroup.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is the
court said this week. How does it affect you? Honestly, a lot of people don't think about that. It probably does impact you in some way. This is a big deal when this type of stuff happens, and we'll dive into that in just a moment. Join the show with your dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com. You can record your video or audio dispatches, get your comments here on the show. And you can always watch us on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Links available over at thenewsjunkie.com. Is Mo jumping online with us here? Is he with us somewhere?
Mo. He's here.
Mo.
There he is. Okay, Mo.
Awesome.
All right, Mo, I can't see you. I don't see you on the video.
I'm working on it.
He's playing Invisible Raptor today.
Yeah, that's fine. I would watch that too. It was an incredible watch. Oh, look at this. There he is. Mr. Mo DeWitt. Everybody say hi to Mo. There he is.
Hello, Mo.
Hi, Mo. All right. Mo, let's do this together. Let's like we always do, just spring on you a bunch of legal questions and push your limits and see just how much you can help us out with here. Here goes nothing. Let's do jury duty.
court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now in jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. That's the website. If you have a legal issue, if you've been in an accident, most importantly, if the insurance companies are your target now, you pay them all the time. It's time for them to pay up, and you need somebody who can navigate that. Mo DeWitt is your guy. 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. Mo,
Sean.
The Supreme Court dropping rulings like crazy out there. And I know a lot of people will think, well, this doesn't impact me. That's far away. The Supreme Court doesn't really affect my life. It probably does, right? It's kind of a big deal on different fronts. And one of the things that could impact some adults who might want to go to some adult websites is the Supreme Court has said that the policies pushed forward by states saying that adult websites must confirm the age of visitors are actually constitutional. So they're saying that states can protect young folks, even though the ACLU has criticized this decision. They're saying that the First Amendment aside, the state can say that you need to verify your age to see adult content. And now, do you think that will push other states to follow suit? Or, I mean, what are we going to see here for adults seeking adult content?
I mean, it certainly opens the door for them to pass more of those similar laws. I would assume the challenge was something along the lines of it was an invasion of privacy, because those sites always did technically verify your age, but now they're requiring you to upload a driver's license or identification or something along those lines. So,
yeah,
I think they basically said the balance between privacy rights versus, the safety issue of exposing that kind of content to minors makes sense, and they're allowed to do it, essentially.
Yeah, that was
Isn't
one
it
of the
gonna
first
be
ones that came across. Go
kind
ahead.
of a win, though, for those websites. If people, do want to watch the porn, instead of having to age verify every single time, they're going to want to create an account, which I'm assuming the porn sites will have, at that point, your identification registered. Now you have to pay because you have the account. So it's a win-win for everybody except for the civilian who wants to just watch some porn.
Yeah, and maybe not have it attached to their name or something.
Right.
God forbid, right? Because everything leaks out. Like, how many times do we start this show and go, hey, 1 billion individuals have had their information hacked and released onto the internet?
Money.
Like, okay, now what if this is related to this kind of stuff? But this is from NPR.org. They say the U.S. Supreme Court on Friday upheld a Texas law requiring consumers to provide age verification. It was the first time the court has imposed requirements on adult consumers in order to protect minors from having such access. Free speech advocates argued that while the law's goal is to limit minors' access online, it's overly vague and imposes significant burdens. But on a 6-3 vote along ideological lines, the court agreed with Texas, saying it only incidentally burdens the protected speech of adults. And you could do this. You could require every user, including adults, to first provide proof, typically via government-issued ID, that they were 18 years old. And now I've heard the response to this is going to be a mass class action lawsuit, which, I mean, does that require people to put their names behind the lawsuit saying they're suing the adult websites for trying to confirm that somebody's of age?
So typically you have to have, a few named defendants, and once the class is established, then you're going to opt into the class. So just like we've seen with the other lawsuits, once the class is established, they'll have some sort of advertisement, whether it's a website, whether you receive something in the mail. Sure, that would be lovely coming in the mail to your house. And then you have to opt in, and you would have to provide your information, obviously.
Can those attorneys who represent a class action like that make money off of it?
Oh, yeah, because, typically what happens, let's say, I'm not saying this is going to happen in this case, but let's say a class settles for $20 million.
Damn.
Well, they basically put aside a fund to pay out the class based on the estimated amount of people that are in the class that they believe will make a claim to the class. Mm-hmm. And then there's also typically an attorney's fees award. So there may be $20 million and each person gets, $5 or something, but then the attorneys are getting, $5 million or $8 million or whatever it may be.
They all fight for it, I'm sure. Right? Won't all the big law firms want to get a big class action case like that? Or
so that's like a whole specialized niche industry. Typically, there's what we call a steering committee. So there'll usually be a few law firms involved with the bigger class actions. And then there's different levels of, being involved in the class action, whether you're actually kind of the trial attorney or whether you're advising or whether you're just kind of on this panel that helps out. So there's all different levels and different pay grades and all that kind of stuff.
We'll get to more of the Supreme Court stuff in a bit, but let's touch on something we started the show with that a lot of people were talking about. This sheriff in Florida who got busted for allegedly working with like a bunch of gambling stuff. They're saying that he's very corrupt and to the tune of millions of dollars. And he's saying he's being treated unfairly because he's a sheriff involved in this. He's saying, I'm being held to like higher amounts of bail, all these other things. Can they do that? Can they punish a sheriff more because they're law enforcement and accused of a crime, or does it have to be the same?
Well, typically the bail is up to the discretion of the court, depending on whether the person is perceived to be a flight risk or, perceived to cause, additional harm to the community, or as we've seen in like the Diddy trial, potentially, interfering with witnesses and things like that. Now, when it comes to sentencing, we've seen in the past with these public individuals, especially a sheriff, somebody involved in law enforcement, if he were to be convicted of this, sometimes the sentences are harsher because the judge essentially says, you knew better. I mean, you violated the public's trust here. You knew better. You knew this was wrong, so on and so forth. But in Florida, we do have a constitutional right to bond. So typically the bond is supposed to be an amount that the person can afford, but will also ensure that that person is going to show up to court, essentially. So assuming that he's not a flight risk, assuming that he's not going to tamper with evidence or witnesses, and assuming that he's not a danger to the community, then he should receive a similar level of bond that anyone else would receive in that case.
If you're an attorney, though, and you want to win, which obviously you do, would you pick him, the sheriff, the big public figure who's been accused of this, or the person who's not as much of a public figure who's been accused of the same kind of stuff? Which case would you think would have a better chance of winning? The more anonymous person?
Well, it just depends on the facts, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you're going before a jury of your peers, and you're going to have to it depends on the facts. How involved are they? Obviously, there's going to be more interest in his case versus, some unknown defendant that may be involved in this gambling ring.
They had the choppers following that guy when he was released.
Oh, yeah. They were chasing him out of the jail to his car, yelling at him, asking him all sorts of questions. So that's probably the more fun case for the attorney to handle. But again, it obviously depends what the facts are and how easily it's going to be to defend him.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we want to hear what you have to say. We got more of these Supreme Court decisions that have dropped. We got a bunch more to get to. The mayor stuff in New York City, we'll touch on that because the people have been messaging about that. A lot to touch on, plus your comments. Send your dispatch right now at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll hit up on that and roll into the final hour of the show when we come back. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Real Radio Summer of Laughs continues with Night 2 of the Mount Dora Summer Night Series with Ryan Holmes from the Monsters in the Morning, July 12th. Details at realradio.fm/comedy.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
What's going on? I hope your drive right now is a smooth one, and it should be on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Looks like no major incident in your way. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound, approaching both World Drive and State Road at 535, but westbound is clear. East and westbound of the 408 as well. North and southbound lanes of the Turnpike, as well as the Greenway and 429 toll. If you have any incident to report, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Remember when you had a guy, someone who could fix anything? They're still out there at Batteries Plus with their quick solutions and expert advice on any batteries from cars to golf carts. Batteries Plus will have you in and out and on your way in no time. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
The Real Radio Summer of Laughs continues with Night 2 of the Real Comedy Mount Dora Summer Night Series. Ryan Holmes from the Monsters in the Morning is the next headliner on July 12th. He'll bring his comedy along with a few of Florida's up-and-coming comedians. Get to know them before they get famous. This night will be hosted by the one and only Angel of Boom from the Monsters in the Morning and is presented by Mills Air. July 12th at the Mount Dora Music Hall. Sponsored by Discover Lake County. Doors open at 7, show at 8. Get your tickets today at realradio.fm/comedy.
Greenway Kia is under new management. With 3 great locations across Central Florida and one of the area's largest selections, we want to see you in a Kia. Upgrade your summer adventure in a brand new 2025 Kia Sportage EX. Lease it for just $149 per month for 24 months with $39.95 due at signing and 0 security deposit. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com today.
Qualified applicants through KFA. Includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 7/15/25.
Eye Candy Energy Drink.
Enjoy Eye Candy Energy Drink at Rock Freedom and Fireworks, featuring Papa Wheelie, food trucks, vendors, and an awesome fireworks show. Saturday, June 28th, 5 to 9 p.m. at Ryder Park in Longwood. Taste the sweet life.
Eye Candy Energy Drink.
Your cruise is booked, but why rush to the port when you can start your vacation early? The legendary Cocoa Beach is your ultimate pre-cruise paradise, just minutes from Port Canaveral. Stretch out on sandy shores, surf some waves, or kayak with dolphins before you set sail. Need a hotel? Cocoa Beach has plenty, plus shuttle packages.
tempted to elevate my voice, but I cannot do it. I cannot do it. The most over-covered thing of the week, in my never humble opinion, is this damn story about Jeff Bezos' wedding. I don't care. I don't care. It's on the no yap list. I don't care about Jeff Bezos. I don't care about him getting married. I don't care about his fiance. I don't care if Orlando Bloom is there without Katy Perry, but banging some other I don't care. I do not care. I don't know why that's getting so much coverage. Maybe I'm the only one. Maybe you're just like deep into the world of give me more Bezos wedding coverage. For me, it's a big fat no. Little inside thing. You see Mo here? In the grid? Mo is wearing the perfect color green shirt. C-Lane can change Mo's shirt to anything that you could think of right now. Anything. Is Sean aware that Brian Wilson died? So first I'm hearing of it. I prefer the sex doll Bezos in the river. I mean, at least that's like funny, like sideshow story stuff. The overall story is so boring. I don't care. It's so dumb. DJ Dancer says nobody cares about it. Then I ask you, why are there so many stories? Is it because the business model of corporate media outlets is like so off kilter that they think people are going to click that? Is it because people are actually secretly clicking it? I don't know. I just don't care. Excuse me. 2 minutes left. Sorry. Sorry for rocking your world like that. I just think it's boring, not very layered, and really like horse shit celebrity stuff. Celebrity. Hi, Sean. I'm on Utah, becoming a sister wife. Congratulations, Bootsy. I knew it was going to happen eventually. I'm glad it finally did. Spit that out? Wait, what? Spit out what? There we go. 1 hour. Less than 1 hour. We just got to get to the end of it, okay? All right, we got 40 seconds left. Let's go. See, like, can we do a 14?
Try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is here. Hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more, all for $6 and under.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
Sorry, I'm a little sick. Just pushing through here. And you can learn more about this show, as always. Go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com, and you learn about myself, Sabrina Seelane, and, of course, our friend Mo DeWitt, who is joining us here today on the show.
Yeah.
And Mo, Seelane can do literally anything with you. If you're watching over on YouTube or Twitch, just so you know, Mo, at any moment in time, Seelane can change the shirt that you're wearing. Just like that. I mean,
whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, there we go. That's what you get for wearing a green screen colored shirt.
I didn't think about that.
Now he's put himself inside your shirt. It's just the possibilities are endless. Come watch us over on YouTube.
You just opened up a wormhole.
Or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. One thing I got to ask you guys about, and I think you guys talked about this a little bit when I was gone, but not that much. Like, there has been so much coverage of the Jeff Bezos wedding this week. I do not understand why they're like, every media outlet is so obsessed.
So, there were some groups in Venice that were upset that, I don't know if it was just the flex of billions that he has.
He was trying to take over the entire city.
Yeah, he reserved a lot of it. I don't think he was kicking anybody out of Venice, but he reserved a lot of venues there. And a nice fancy hotel. His invitations that he sent out to people, I think TMZ got a hold of the actual picture of it. It might have came from Good Morning America. Each of them said that they don't want gifts, and in lieu of gifts, they are going to donate X amount of dollars to different things around the city of Venice, Venetian causes, stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, so there was good stuff. But there was some sign that somebody made that was, if you don't want to pay enough taxes, you can pay for this. Or it was about money. And then one of the catalysts for them changing up part of the plans was in Venice, they have the gondolas, right, that they get through everywhere.
Yeah.
And they were all threatening to fill the gondolas with inflatable crocodiles to, like, hinder the transportation of the people to different venues of the wedding.
What a big threat, Italy. Well, they'll never recover. What's going to happen next?
Well, we put in a crocodile to stop any wedding.
The what-a-dial?
The what dial?
Crocodile.
Okay.
You're missing the hard R.
Yeah, it sounded a little bit different there. But yeah, I mean, I see that story everywhere today. I'm going, there were so many tidbits. You had Trump talking about dropping more bombs on Iran, and people are running 10,000 times more stories about Bezos and his wife and all that work she has done on her face on display in Italy.
Wait.
Come on.
Wait a second. President Trump, why would you need to drop more bombs on Iran if the first bombing obliterated the nuclear sites? It's almost as if this report that they weren't as effective.
What side are you on, buddy? Who are you rooting for here?
Here we go.
I root for
you
America.
Sound like a bunch of these media outlets that are like, actually, it was a big failure. And I think
that Iran did not see the all caps tweet that Trump put out? Because
I think they saw the bomb drop.
In it.
I think they saw those B-2 bombers
B-52s.
just dropping all the ordnance on top of them. I think they got them. I'm on America's side here, folks. I don't know where Sealane's lining up. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Listen, I'm lining up with America.
Yeah, are you like trying to say like I think we blew up a good portion of their facilities. I think they're going to be dishonest about it. And I think for some reason there's a decent amount of people in the media, like old school media outlets, just like they want to follow the Jeff Bezos stuff, that like they want it to be a failure. And I'm not saying this is you, Seelane. I'm joking with you. But these media outlets, for real, I promise you, I don't direct this to you. But the media outlets, like, why would you be eager, giddy, and excited about saying, like, oh, actually, this was a big, giant failure?
No, we talked about that a little bit on Wednesday at the start of the show because there were some reports saying they weren't as effective as initially announced. And then Carolyn Levitt was like, that was from some intelligence loser that knows nothing.
That's right. Next question.
Let's say 4 reports came out. If 4 reports came out, which like it's around that, And 3 of them said the United States, through this attack under Trump, did significant damage to Iranian facilities in the nuclear program, knocking them back years or whatever. If one of the reports said, this is preliminary and we don't have that much info, but we think it actually was a bit of a dud and it wasn't a failure, the media just goes flopping for that one, like just to dunk on Trump. Like, I don't care if you like Trump or not. I want to support the United States military. I'm not going to support Iran in this. It seems like you're kind of on the other side. Again, not you. But
why are you coming at me, bro?
The media outlets that do this, like, I don't get that. Like, and also, for those of you who are on the anti-war side, wouldn't you rather that we just let Trump pretend if you don't believe it? Because what do you want? You want more bombs to be dropped? And now Trump's like, I don't know, man.
If the intelligence reports conclude that Iran can enrich uranium to a level that concerns you, would you consider bombing the country again?
Without question, absolutely.
Have you had any...
Sure, he says, without question. I'd do it again. So the press is so war hungry that they want to be like, you loser, you didn't get them. What if we find stuff that says there's more bombs out there that we could drop them on? Maybe we really should go to war. It seems like these people want more war to be happening as opposed to wanting to be able to get out of this. Like, honestly, if you hated Trump and you were actually not for war in Iran, why wouldn't you be like, yes, Trump, you nailed them? Like,
who is he listening to?
If you didn't believe it at all you have to do is be like, this was such a great victory that clearly we don't need to go any further against the Iranian people. The Iranian people should be saying that. The Ayatollah should be coming out and be like, you know
internet
what?
might be out.
You know what? We actually, Trump, you guys really did us in here. It's a real W for you guys.
No, we're so hurt.
Yeah, we'll never recover. Everybody should be saying
don't
this.
Do this again.
The one thing that will make him actually go to war is you people who are like, oh, you got it wrong. Remember how long there was a fight over crowd size at the inauguration, for God's sake?
It's just very telling, though.
This will happen.
I feel like war plans should not be a reverse psychology.
I also think it did. I think it was successful. I think it was a successful bombing. I think these are big, fat bombs. Mo, give us your thoughts on the Iranian conflict and Trump and all things going on in the world of controversial politics.
I mean, I really agree with how you classified the bombs, big, fat bombs. I think that's a very, very good classification.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say about that.
30,000-pound
Good
bombs,
answer.
big fat bombs. Never even seen a 30,000-pound lady, but if I did, big fat lady. If that was the case.
She's dead, Mo.
I know. Knew that was coming.
Ouch.
Sorry, Sean.
And she was never that fat. She never got to 30,000 pounds. All right. There was rumors of a reality television show in the works.
My 30,000-pound life.
My 30,000-pound mom.
They had a
that would have
4-hour
been
slot on TLC.
Yeah, it would have been big. But unfortunately, they could not make that happen.
4 hours just to get the camera around her.
They actually
Tips at
used
the News
75
Junkie.
iPhones.
Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. On the subject of Jeff Bezos, somebody says, Bezos is a genius who changed the way we shop. Amazon is a universal name and business, and he created it, and we have all benefited from it. He's a billionaire from his own hard work. Anyone who besmirches his wealth does not understand the basics of capitalism, says this person emailing the show. I think that Amazon is good and bad. Like, look, I'm not going to pretend like I don't use Amazon. I use Amazon. I buy all kinds of stuff on Amazon. I also don't think Amazon is like the most incredible invention of our time. Like, it seems fairly obvious with people buying stuff online, like to make a website where you could buy all the things online if you had the resources to do it. I don't know. It was like kind of like an easy conclusion to come to. It wasn't the most crazy thing.
Remember
the crazy breakthrough.
Remember when it was just books? And you were like, oh, yeah. Well, why would I want to go there? I don't read books.
Yeah, what is this? What's this about? But then A to Z, Amazon, and the logo goes from A to Z. Mm-hmm. Boom. Just like that. There you go. So this person defending Amazon and Jeff Bezos. And we'll take your emails, too, at tips@thenewsjunkie.com. A lot of people were asking this week, Sean, what do you think about New York? Can you believe that this guy is going to be the mayor of New York, this Mamdani guy? Oh, my God, Zohran Mamdani. Or I've seen a bunch of people think that his name is Zordon, like he's from the Power Rangers, which is probably something he's going to have to fight against. It's not the guy from the Power Rangers.
Are you super sure, though?
It's a guy who has a name kind of like
they have
that.
To roll that giant glass tube into the debate hall.
A lot of people were talking about this story. I don't know why anybody is surprised. The potential next mayor of New York might be this guy who's a Democratic socialist. A guy who says that we should tax white people in the rich white neighborhoods of New York City more than everybody else. A guy that has some pretty out there policies and stuff. Why would anybody in the right mind be surprised by this? New York City is a very politically radical left wing place. It doesn't surprise me. And the people that this guy was, yes, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, when compared to the rest of the country, their politics are very far outside of the moderate sphere, in New York City in particular. You can't even throw a rock and hit a Republican in New York City, for God's sake.
I believe one has an entire building there.
Yeah, I mean, you could get him from time to time. My point is, there's not a lot of Republicans in New York City. Trust me on that one. But the guy Mamdani, I thought it was pretty obvious he was going to win. Who's going to beat him? Cuomo? Cuomo is like a sex pest, a criminal who was obsessed with his brother during the pandemic stuff. Nobody liked him. Yes, big time. Cuomo is I had so many terrible stories out there about him.
Dibs.
Then you had who's going to win? Eric Adams. Eric Adams.
What about Miranda?
The current mayor of New York has a 20% approval rating. What? Of course. So let these people choose who their leadership is going to be, and if the guy runs the city into the ground, then go for it. Otherwise, you might be witnessing something different. I mean, Moses, I don't know if you noticed this, but there's a big takeover going on. The boomers are finally losing some of their jobs. The one key indicator to me was the guy who took over Red Lobster. Have you guys seen the Red Lobster CEO?
I've seen the Red Lobster CEO.
The Red Lobster CEO is. Can you guys look up how old he is? The CEO of Red Lobster. He's in his 30s.
He's got to be in his 30s. He was the CEO of P.F. Chang's before that, I believe.
What young guy, young millennial dude. This guy who's now the first black CEO of Red Lobster. I think he's a young dude. The boomers are finally losing their stranglehold, and now number one. Not only is he a young guy taking over, and you might see more young politicians, you might see more young CEOs, you might 36. See more young people are finally going to pry some of these jobs away, come hell or high water, from the oldos. I think it's just going to happen. And the guy who's taking over Red Lobster seems to be kind of killing it now.
He was bad-mouthing Never-Ending Shrimp, so I got a problem with him right off the bat.
Yeah, because it was losing money for him.
That's not the point.
Thank you.
We love Never-Ending Shrimp.
Never-Ending Shrimp was bankrupting him.
Raised this voice on this show for 12 years.
Honestly, he need not badmouth Never-Ending Shrimp because he wouldn't be in this position had it not been for the failure of the Never-Ending Shrimp.
Yeah, the Never-Ending Shrimp was doing
I decide when it ends. How about that?
And now they're here's what this guy's got. All right, millennials, you finally got CEO people that are taking over some of these big legendary companies. He said, we're going to launch this crab carbonara. All right. Lobster and shrimp linguine. Lobster pappardelle. I don't even know what that is.
It sounds like Olive Garden at this point.
Bacon wrapped scallops.
Okay.
Margarita flights. Margarita flights, everybody.
You have my attention.
Boil bags. Seafood boil bags.
I did think that was a good idea.
This is genius. This guy is finally knocking the oldos out of these positions. And I honestly think this will be happening more in businesses that have had older CEOs for a long time. Politicians who are a million years old and don't have any good candidates. So some young guy like Mamdani can pop in with a fresh face and some good commercials and then take over despite the socialist stuff. You know what I mean? I think we might be seeing more of this. Probably not in that political direction, but certainly younger people stepping up and pushing the boomers out of the way. But let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. No, big Red Lobster fan? Big time fan of the Red Lobster?
I think I've only been there once in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, the Cheddar Bay biscuits are to die for,
delicious.
Man.
But I'm actually, joking aside, I'm allergic to shrimp, so.
Oh,
right,
damn
right.
it. Yeah, we wouldn't want that to happen
Don't
to
look
you.
under your chair.
The whole bag
That's how they got me.
Whole bag of it for you. All right, we're going to come back with more questions for Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm, and you can send yours in right now. tips at thenewsjunkie.com. We haven't gotten to many dispatches, so those will be coming up next as well. And Mo will face off with whatever dispatches come in, no matter who they're directed to.
Going head-to-head, baby.
Head-to-head with the dispatches. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
What's going on? I hope your drive right now is a smooth one, and it should be on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Looks like no major incident in your way. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound, approaching both World Drive and State Road at 535, but westbound is clear. East and westbound of the 408 as well. North and southbound lanes of the Turnpike, as well as the Greenway and 429 toll. If you have any incident to report, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association.
The International Hot Rod Association Outline Drink Series is back. 5 events, 4 locations. 1 explosive season. Top fueling, funny cars, promos. You are in the stands. Get your tickets now at IHRA.com. IHRA.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. Starring John Fogerty, Bryan Adams, Sammy Hagar, Mariah Carey, Tim McGraw, Jelly Roll, Ed Sheeran, and more. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage, superstar performances, and once-in-a-lifetime artist moments you'll have to see to believe. Get your iHeartRadio Music Festival tickets now at AXS.com.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Man, I'm excited for the summer. Going to the beach, hanging out by the pool, barbecue, having drinks. But all of that is getting a little more expensive. That's where Sam's Club is coming to the rescue with locked-in summer values. Until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items. And that's from paper plates to trash bags, sunscreen, even apple pie. I have my cart. It's a total no-brainer to join Sam's Club because locked-in summer values can help you save on all those things you need to have a great summer. Go sign up for that membership and join Sam's Club today at samsclub.com/join.
Mecum Auctions returns to Kissimmee July 9th through 12th with 1,500 vehicles up for auction, including muscle cars, classics, Corvettes, trucks, exotics, hot rods, customs, and more. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. Become a bidder and get ready to bring home your dream car. Registration and tickets are available at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
Future health, weight loss.
Want Ozempic but can't afford thousands a month? You need Wegovy for $399 all in, no hidden fees. The only FDA-approved GLP-1 for weight loss at the lowest price yet. Save hundreds on authentic, safe, effective Wegovy pre-dosed injection pens for limited time. No insurance needed, no tricky syringes, just faster weight loss. Get this limited time deal at futurehealth.com today for the best price on the market. These meds eliminate hunger and cravings while Future Health handles the rest. Easy. Join those losing 10 pounds their first month. Plus, you don't have to drive to a doctor's office. It's all online via telehealth with licensed clinicians in your area. Go to futurehealth.com to see if you qualify and start losing weight this week. Visit futurehealth.com. Future without the E.
Future health, weight loss.
Data based on independent study sponsored by Future Health. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Are you tired of your glasses or contact lenses? Maybe it's time for a change. For a limited time, the Filatowski Eye Institute is offering free LASIK exams and $500 off each eye. That's right, clear vision and up to $1,000 in savings, just in time for sunshine, road trips, and poolside selfies. Call now, 800-EYE-EXAM. That's 800-EYE-EXAM. Or visit them online at filatowskieye.com. Take that first step toward clear, confident vision before this offer ends. Call 800-EYE-EXAM. The Filatowski Eye Institute. Trusted, local, life-changing.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Sail on with commercial-free weekends on Yacht Rock Radio. Roll down the windows for road trips with summer playlists like Summer Classics. Or just escape into a podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
iHeartRadio. Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Like a car crash, you can't stop listening to. This is the News Junkie.
If you miss any of the show, as always, you can get the podcast. The links are easy to get. Whether you listen on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcast, I would suggest iHeartRadio. But you do that over at thenewsjunkie.com. Our friend Mo DeWitt, of the DeWitt Law Firm, joins us here today. Mo back at HQ because I'm still sick and I don't want to infect anybody, much less Mo. He's got many important things going on.
Yeah.
Many important things.
Oh, he's got one really important thing going on.
It's a giant, throbbing, important thing.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. What are you guys talking about?
You know, it's funny. Without context, Sean really is probably going, what the hell are they doing?
What are you guys saying right now?
What are they doing to Moses right now?
You have to be here at HQ to know.
One big throbbing thing? Do you want to clarify, or should we move on?
Move on. Moses?
Moses,
that's up to you.
But I don't know what they're doing to you. Do you know what they're talking about right now?
I like the sanctity of your garage, Sean.
I know. It's right.
Yeah. I thought we were just talking about how nice it is to have you here.
It is lovely.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's people there. He can be around people and hang out over there at the studio, and they'll treat him nice because Mo is a big figure on the station, and they'll be like, well, do they wine and dine you when you come in there to HQ? The salespeople come over and say hi?
No, C-Lane let me in, though. That was nice.
Unbelievable. Why
And I
isn't
got
there a
some snacks for you.
reception? Why aren't people waiting and throwing down like flower petals and
Because
stuff?
those people are all laid off.
The flower petal people.
Yeah,
They were
that's
first to
probably
go.
Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Tim emails, and he's talking about bombs. Oh, all right. There's a change here of pace. Tim says, effective bombs. The problem is, Sean, talking about the president and the coverage of the Iranian stuff, where I said, it seems like there's a lot of people who, even when it's the military and stuff, want there to be negative news. Like they want us to have failed in bombing Iran's nuclear facilities. That's just apparent to me. It's just very clear. Like there's people who, if they looked at 5 different reports and 4 of them said, we kicked ass, Trump led this and did a great job, and the U.S. military succeeded in knocking back Iran's nuclear weapon deployment, and one thing said, actually, maybe it wasn't working that well, a lot of people in the media would take the one bad story and be like, what a loser. And I just think that's true. Like you could see this all over the place. But Tim says, the problem is, Sean, the president came out and said it was completely obliterated. And that's just not the case from the photos they shared right afterwards. You could tell it was not anywhere near being obliterated. So, of course, the press is going to ask, why did he say it was obliterated? Well, with all due respect, which is honestly, Tim, not much because I have no idea who you are. But with all due respect, that's a really dumb way to think about this because how do you judge whether something was obliterated when the target is literally underground? The target is underneath the surface. Like these are bunker busting bombs that create a small hole and go down, and then the ordnance explodes way, maybe 100 stories or somewhere around that underneath the surface. That's where the actual damage takes place. And so, yeah, I mean, like if she says something is obliterated and you go, well, I looked at the sand in the desert where this is actually located and the desert doesn't look obliterated, that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I go with whatever the intelligence community is going to say in a bunch of reports and, just knowledge of what did they drop here? What are the logistics of this? What did it probably do damage-wise? What's the Iranian response? Those kind of things leading me to believe that this probably was a pretty successful strike on these facilities. I think it was. And I think, for one, that's a good thing. Now, I don't think we should be sending troops over there. I don't want any troops on the ground or anything, but I think, for one, that's a good thing. So thank you for your email. Anyhow, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. It's time for some dispatches, Moses. Who the hell knows what's going to go on here? I got a question for you, Mo. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Oh, God. No, I don't want to do this.
Okay.
All right, let me do it anyway. But shots are fired at somebody who doesn't deserve it. It's just somebody taking a shot at Pinkman in the meantime. Sheepdog with a Mo question.
Sean, welcome back. Thank God that loser Pinkman is gone.
No.
Anyway, question for Mo. Mo, court continuances, case continuances, whatever. How long can that go? Is there a limit? I mean, I can email you personally with like more information about the question, but yeah, I'm curious. Can continuances or whatever? How long do they last? How is there a limit? Anyway, let me know. Thanks.
All right, Mo, what do you think?
Yeah, you can email me about that directly, but I mean, typically there's no set limit per se. The court does have wide discretion when it comes to continuances. Of course, it's going to depend on the circumstances and why the continuance is being requested. Typically, if it's a continuance because somebody just didn't do something, the court's not going to allow that to go on for an extended period of time. But if there's a legitimate reason for it, the court may allow it. But like I said, the courts have wide discretion. There's no set rule saying you only get so many or so on and so forth. It also depends what type of law it is, what area of the law it is, what type of case it is. So
yeah,
there's a lot that goes into that.
I think we talked about this a little bit, but like all of us on the show, I think have reacted in a way to how, with money, definitely, how long you can stretch out legal things, like the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni stuff. And when all those attorneys get involved in stuff and they go, well, this might go to court in a year or a year and a half, and like the attorneys just keep like really kicking the ball down the field. Like more money seems to be able to stretch those things out more, right?
Well, a lot of times too, it's just the court. I mean, if we filed a lawsuit today, it would be unlikely if we moved it as fast as possible, as fast as the court would allow us, to get it to trial within a year. I mean, that would just be unlikely. That'd be a very rapid pace to get a case to trial. Typically, if we were to file today, it might be 2 to 3 years before we could get a trial on average. But it depends on the court, depends what county you're in, depends what judge you're in front of.
Is that within your constitutional right to a speedy trial?
No, because it's civil, not criminal. So criminal is completely different because you do have some constitutional rights there. Now,
why is it that backed up, though? Why is it that backed up, Mo?
Well, just there's thousands of cases. I mean, literally, the court does not have enough time. Same thing goes in the criminal circuit, too. The court and the state attorney's office cannot logistically try every single case. It would take too long. There's no way to do it. So, when each judge has thousands of cases before them, which I think is fairly accurate, it just takes a long time to get through them all.
Yeah, I mean, that is crazy.
How soon will AI get involved so they can start just...
I mean, AI is going to resolve all our disputes.
Thank God. Finally. Jesus. Here's Nathan with a dispatch for us. Let's see what Nathan says.
What's up, News Junkie? So first I want to say, Sean, I'm glad you're feeling better, man. Welcome back.
Thank you.
C-Lane, Sabrina, and Josh did an amazing job while in your absence. But
amazing job.
It's good to have you three back together. Great show today. Also, I love you guys, man. Thank God it's Friday.
Saturday.
I hope
Sunday.
Each of you have an amazing weekend. And happy Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all the good stuff. I got my tank top today, so it's like the 5th News Junkie shirt I got. So I'll be rocking my tank top all summer, and I love the magnet.
Yeah.
Love it. Ever since I moved up here to Tennessee, I've still, kept you guys on the hook.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Thanks for bringing us along with.
Moses, we did have a question that was on the list from when Sean was out, but we talked a little bit about it today, this Matt Gaetz thing with the text messages.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the story, how there was somebody behind him on a plane?
Yeah.
And they filmed it? Is there any... if Matt Gaetz wanted to go after this person, is there any expectation of privacy with screens?
I don't think so, especially in a public place like that.
And
I mean,
a font that big.
I did
Good
love that.
God.
Obviously, when you're on your phone like that and there's people behind you, you just kind of have to assume they may be able to see what you're doing. And you, especially if you're a public figure like that, you should have a better idea of that. But typically on an airplane in that situation, I don't think there's going to be an expectation of privacy.
Is there ever as it relates to screens, or usually when we talk about expectation of privacy, it's conversations that are privileged or something like that.
But I mean, again, I think it would kind of go down to the same analysis. If you're in your home, obviously, and somebody plants a hidden camera to watch your screen, well, obviously you'd have an expectation of privacy there. Typically in the workplace, especially if it's a work computer, you don't have an expectation of privacy.
And they can pull all that
Well,
stuff,
hold on.
too.
Let's be real about this. No matter where you're at politically, these messages would never have been public if he didn't just sit there nonchalantly displaying them in public on a plane.
Sure. And it wasn't even an active conversation. He was just rereading the conversation he had with his mom. It was very strange.
In my opinion, you are asking for it when you do stuff like that in public, no matter where this is coming from politically. But there are an astonishing amount of people. Courtney's always blown away by this, Mo, where people will, if you start filming in public and somebody's on video, they'll be like, I'm not giving you permission to film me.
That is illegal. That's like people that post on Facebook. It's like, this is my warning that all of my data belongs to me, and because I posted this on Facebook, that means they cannot take it. Copy and paste this to make sure you're protected.
You know what this brings me to? People think they have so much knowledge about legal stuff or health stuff with doctors. And maybe even though there's more information out there, they seem to be worse informed than perhaps ever before. Obviously, for doctors or attorneys, a lot of people would Google stuff and probably come in with predisposed ideas of what was legal and not. With AI, are you seeing more people who come in, Mo, and go, hey, I know I have a case. I asked ChatGPT. And it doesn't matter what you say, Mo. ChatGPT says I have a case.
I haven't seen that yet. I did have somebody put our representation agreement through ChatGPT and then try to use that to negotiate with me on it.
How'd it go?
Not well. I mean, I told him basically what they were proposing was dumb and would actually not work in his favor. I was like, I'm happy to do it for you, but it's not in your benefit at all. So, he was like, okay, I understand once I explained it. So
it's just funny because the expertise side of things really gets shoved away when people get new toys like this. So before the internet, you would go in and ask your doctor, hey, my stomach hurts. What's wrong? and your doctor would do the doctor things, come back and tell you what they thought about it. And you'd go, all right, fine. That's the expert opinion. Maybe I'll get a secondary opinion. But now people will go into the doctor's office, or in this case, like an attorney's office, and go, well, I've Googled all of the relevant, and with AI, I feel like they think, well, the AI is almighty. And so, therefore, now I have a weapon that's smarter than these attorneys. All of this stuff just seems like down the road, it's going to make your job a little more annoying.
Yeah, I mean, just like Google did, I'm sure people are going to do that and then try to argue with you about it, and they're going to be convinced that they have a case or that they know better, or
why are we trying habeas corpus?
Yeah, what is happening? We need to take this to the Supreme Court, right? Maybe your case isn't that big sometimes, but no matter what it is, Mo is going to help you along. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or just callmo.com. We've all been there, or at least most of us have. When you have a big problem with your computer, and your computer is a Windows computer, what screen do you often run into?
The blue one of death.
The blue screen of death. Among people on the show right now, have you run into the Windows blue screen of death in your lifetime?
Oh, my gosh. More times than I can count.
Tons of times.
The old Sager, the 400-pound laptop I got when I first started college.
And that sucker gave you that blue screen of death, and you go,
sound like a jet engine.
Not good. Mo, have you run into this with your computers before? It happens. They're taking it away from us, and not in a good way. This is according to the Associated Press. Nearly every Windows user has had a run-in with the infamous blue screen of death. This is a warning that pops up on your screen, a blue screen notoriously, that says there was a crash and your computer needs to be restarted to survive from this and recover from it. And now, RIP the blue screen of death, they're now making it the black screen of death. Huge change.
Wow.
Huge.
Oh, crazy.
Huge change. The now black
You think they'll ever go back?
Not for what I've heard. No,
Well
legend
done.
has
Well
it that
done.
you legend has it that you do not after that. Let's work in one more dispatch real quick while we have a moment. Here is Michael talking about my cold. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that one. Here we go.
Okay, so Sean, real quick.
Yeah.
First of all, with your allergies and sickness, you need to get some local honey.
Okay.
That'll cure everything.
Thank you.
Secondly,
He has one at the
I
house.
don't ever send food back unless it's like a $70, $80 steak and they overcook it. Thirdly, the woman that they are keeping alive, she probably has good insurance, and it's all about the money at that point. They're hiding behind the law. And when the baby's born, he'll have medical issues as well.
Is that referring to Best Of or
Yes,
something?
it is.
On this one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Because I don't know what he's talking about.
That's how good our
More
best
money,
of
more
is.
money, more money. And last, Mo, I'm also allergic to shrimp, but I refuse. It's so delicious. I refuse to give into that allergy. So I just
Can you do
small
that?
portions, kept eating shrimp, and now I can eat it and enjoy it without having a reaction.
I mean,
Love you guys. Bye.
technically, you could. That's like building your own body immunity.
I'm
But
no expert.
That's what they're doing with the shots. Like, and if you were to ever go with the process of like the allergy shots, they're putting your allergy inside of you.
Yeah, that seems like a bad decision. Like the
Just need 400
allergies.
EpiPens, Moses.
They might win overall. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up on the show today. We'll have a little more fun with Moses. We'll do the final dispatcher stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned and everything else to wrap everything up for a Friday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
He is always on TikTok.
It is. Listen, I have shunned most of all of my other social. I am a TikTok guy.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Hey there, Central Florida. Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Friday night forecast. After those storms really rumbled up earlier on today, we are seeing those storms finally starting to quiet down headed through the overnight tonight. But tomorrow is another day, starting off your Saturday with partly cloudy skies, seeing those thunderstorms popping up along the I-75 corridor and making their way east to the I-95 corridor as we head through your Saturday afternoon. So make sure you're keeping your eyes to the skies. And if you hear any thunder, make sure you get inside as soon as possible.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows July 4 savings are worth celebrating. Right now, get 3 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. Hurry, these July 4 deals won't last. Valid through 7/9. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
The Real Radio Summer of Laughs continues with Night 2 of the Real Comedy Mount Dora Summer Night Series. Ryan Holmes from the Monsters in the Morning is the next headliner, and on July 12th, he's bringing his comedy along with a few of Florida's up-and-coming comedians. Get to know them before they get famous. This night of fun will be hosted by the one and the only Angel LaBoom from the Monsters in the Morning, and will also feature the Triple R pre-show in the lobby. July 12th at the Mount Dora Music Hall, sponsored by Mills Air and Discover Lake County. Doors at 6:30, show at 8, and get your tickets today at realradio.fm/comedy.
Ever feel like you're stepping into a deep fryer when you get into your car on a hot summer day?
Whoa! Mother!
Beat the heat with a WeatherTech Sunshade for your windshield. Custom fit for your specific vehicle, Sunshade blocks out the scorching sun and damaging UV rays to keep your interior cool, so your steering wheel and seats don't feel like a skillet.
I like it.
The WeatherTech Sunshade is a breeze to install, keeping your vehicle from feeling like an oven. Order your American-made Sunshade and hundreds of other premium products at WT.com.
Here's what the car insurance companies may think they know after a car crash. They know you probably don't know what your claim is worth, or how to calculate pain and suffering, lost wages and future earnings, current and future medical expenses, or diminished value to your car. But guess what? We do. And if we don't win your case, you owe us nothing. For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah. Orlando.
What's up, fellas? Russ Rollins here. Get real testosterone prescribed by the doctors at Red Mountain Weight Loss. More men are suffering from low T than ever, thanks to stress, poor diet, and lifestyle. This is a serious health issue, but I tell you what, if you're feeling tired, you're feeling sluggish, you lose your mental focus all the time, if you're having trouble in the bedroom, you probably have low T. The solution is prescription strength testosterone, because nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. Increasing your testosterone will give you more energy. I know. It'll help you build muscle mass. It'll help you sleep better. It improves your mental focus, and it'll boost your sex drive. It's a complete game changer. Testosterone also helps you lose and maintain your proper weight. So go to the trusted leader in health solutions for men and women, Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Folks, thank you. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you today. On Monday, all the way through the live show next week, I'll hopefully be at 100%. Thanks for all the kind words. Thanks to everybody who enjoyed everything else going on this week. And I can't wait to see some of you live on Thursday, July 3rd for the live show, okay? Chatter of the day is everybody, all of you. You all win. Congratulations. Have a great weekend and be safe, okay? We're coming back to wrap it up.
And they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-616-1997. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-616-1997. That's 800-616-1997. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Orlando Harley-Davidson Bike Nights are back featuring food trucks.
Dull Mike here. Dull Mike. Didn't forget about you guys. Just getting in when I can. Thank you to whichever of you chatters pointed out that Moses' shirt was chroma key green. It was nice to have a little fun with that. Nice little distraction for a Friday. It was fun. So whoever it was points to you. You're my chatter of the day. Sure there was a couple of you, so all of you. I'm going to continue to think that this scratch in my throat was just from snoring all night, even though it should be gone by now. But I'm not sick. Everything's fine. Everything's cool. And took yesterday's day off and did some blood work. I'm thriving, except for my LDL. But my triglycerides are on point. On point, baby. Not like Sean. Randall's taking credit for it. All right. Good job, Randall. 3 cheers for Randall. Hip, hip, hooray. Hope you hear that. We're coming back. Bye.
The solution is to buy a home. Get your free buyer's guide at thenicklygroup.com.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
That didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. Thank you for hanging out with us, friends. We appreciate
One of those
you.
things will happen.
I'm excited.
True. Let's say thank you to our friend Mo DeWitt at the DeWitt Law.
Yeah, Mo.
Thank you guys. He's the best of the best. Mo, anything to plug coming up here soon that we need to
so
talk
much
about?
stuff. We got the skate event coming up. I think that's July 12th. If you want to go to that,
Just on the email. Good
justcomo.com/skate. Free at Cimarron Skateway. Bring out the family. We got a bunch of stuff going on there. We got the teacher cruise. If you want to nominate a teacher to be sent on a free cruise or free vacation, you can go to justcallmo.com/cruise and nominate a teacher. And then we also have the motorcycle giveaway going on, and I don't know how you entered that, but I'm sure there's a way.
Yeah,
Damn.
I'm sure it's
All
on the website. And then pool party, I believe, coming up.
Yeah, at my house.
Leave them alone. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, June 26, 2025. Today I Learned this guy. Country star.
Alan Jackson.
Kane
Grace.
Brown. Kane Brown. Mo knew it. Good work. Country star Kane Brown tried out for multiple different reality shows. X Factor USA, American Idol, many others. Really didn't get anywhere on any of them until he finally released his album, which became a huge hit. One of the first big biracial stars of the country music world with this hit song. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back on Monday, same time, same place.